Young audiences' hope is really just the beginning. As the country examines diverse representation in entertainment, Nickelodeon is introducing positive Native American characters. Right now, Native American youth face tremendous challenges, including the nation's highest suicide rate and extreme poverty. Charles Littlebull is one of the first Lakota characters to be featured in a national animated TV show.
Google is allowing websites to collect your information even while you're on incognito mode. That's where they shouldn't be able to tell. Right now, the company is facing a lawsuit for damages of at least $5 billion. Google's tried to have the case thrown out, but a federal judge denied the request, saying the company did not notify people of the data tracking while on the private browsing mode. Google says it warns users that the website's network managers still have access to your activity while you're on incognito mode.
Volkswagen is investing more on electric cars. The company will expand car battery production to cut the price of electric vehicles. Volkswagen will build 6 battery factories in Europe by 2030. And the company is also adding a large number of new electric vehicles, charging points across Europe, the U.S., and China.
The White House races to prevent another surge in coronavirus cases. Ahead at 6 o'clock, what the Biden administration's doing as governors and local officials around the country loosen restrictions.
And you got to see this one, turning to bubbles to get people to travel again. In our next hour, the lengths that resorts are now going to make you feel safe on that long-awaited vacation.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair. And quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
People have been isolated for months by COVID-19. If you're concerned for someone who may be experiencing sexual violence or in need of confidential anonymous information, please call the Florida Sexual Violence Hotline at 888-956-7273 or go online to fcasv.org. Help us end sexual and dating violence in Florida. This message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Council Against Sexual Violence, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Name one small insurance company. Couldn't think of one, could you? Didn't think so. Most insurance companies are big, really big. They have thousands of lawyers. Imagine it's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, birds singing. You're on your way to work, and then bam, your whole life changes in that second. Forever. You're injured, and now you have to fight for justice or live your life in pain. Let me give you some straight talk. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. Over $1 billion in one case alone. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy is reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
He's pushing the plan. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Biden will go to Philadelphia today, touting the nearly $2 trillion COVID financial aid package he signed last week.
It focuses on rebuilding the backbone of this country, working families, the middle class.
Vice President Harris will then be pushing it in L.A. and in Denver as well.
As Republicans argue the country is spending too much too fast, Democrats appear eager to spend more, including on infrastructure. But to do it, it appears tax hikes may be in the works.
Fox's Mark Meredith, in their first trip overseas, the new Secretaries of State and Defense are in Tokyo for talks. Fox's Simon Owen has an update live.
Dave, Secretary of State Antony Blinken says his visit to Asia is aimed at shoring up alliances in Japan and other countries. Speaking in Tokyo alongside Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Blinken said China presents a host of challenges.
We will push back if necessary when China uses coercion or aggression to get its way.
North Korea is also in sharp focus, and it appears to be watching. The sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has issued a statement as the American officials arrived, saying the new administration in Washington should avoid causing a stink if it wants to sleep in peace for the next 4 years. Dave?
Simon, 13 Republican lawmakers took a trip to the border in Texas. House GOP lawmaker Kevin McCarthy, the leader in the House, said the surge of kids coming here alone is heartbreaking.
The president of Mexico calls President Biden the migrant president. He's creating it. He's creating problems in Mexico itself.
The Biden administration says it is implementing humane policies. There's been another crash involving a car full of immigrants here illegally, this time in Texas near Del Rio. 8 undocumented immigrants were killed. A driver and a child passenger were taken to a hospital in San Antonio. A similar crash in California killed 13 earlier this month. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. If you're on State Road 82 heading west of Sunshine towards Gunnery Road, it is still only a 3 to 4 minute commute. Now the slowdown on 23rd is beginning if you're heading west of Sunshine. Also, Lee Boulevard, a great option. If you're heading towards Gunnery Road from Homestead, it should only take you about 6 minutes. Also, I-75 commuters, we are getting busy. That morning rush is underway. If you're heading south of Corkscrew, of course, towards Collier County, make sure to just use those turn signals. Such up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees. We have another warm and sticky afternoon on tap, with temperatures reaching the mid-80s across southwest Florida. Now, the good news is we have a bit of a wind, which will make it feel a little bit nicer. We keep the warmth going all the way through the end of the work week, but late Thursday and into Friday morning, we'll see a cold front roll through southwest Florida. Right now, rain and a few storms will be possible. Some do have the potential to become strong, and you can trust the Weather Authority to monitor that threat for you very closely over the next few days, as a lot can still change. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steve. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it, or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today. Window World, simply the best for less.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you want the ability to adjust your loan options in real time, Rocket can.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law.
After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad that you are joining us today on this beautiful, oh, look at this, what a day. It is I don't even know what day is it. It's Tuesday, I think. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. Please go check out the show, whether it's on your smartphone, smart device, your computer, wherever you are at. We do appreciate it. All right, some of the things we're going to talk about coming up. Hold on a second. You all thought that we were going to have $1.9 trillion in COVID relief, quote unquote, which is kind of a joke. It's not COVID relief when only 9% of it is going towards COVID relief. And then the last package still has $1 trillion left to spend. Oh, no, it's slushy. It's a slushy, fundy, slushy kind of thing. Unions just loading up on the money. How many unions? What was it? It's 185 unions, and their pensions got $86 billion from the COVID rescue bill. How does that work? Well, you know how it works. It works because that's what Democrats do. So anyway, you thought that there was going to be $1.9 trillion in spending from the federal government. Well, really printing. And there weren't going to be any tax increases? That's funny. You really thought so? Oh, come on now. Pusha. Isn't that how you ever heard that expression? Pusha. Jake has no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, so of course there's news on that. You better believe it. It's going to be tax hikes on corporations and the wealthy. That's all it's going to be to pay for all of these progressive programs that are going on. It's just a tax hike on corporations and wealthy. It'll never hit you. It's not going to come anywhere near you. Don't even worry about it. No. Everybody knows that 90% of the people making $25,000 and under, or $50,000 and under, or $75,000 and under, they're the ones that are hiring. Yeah, if you make $50,000, you're probably the one that has maybe 5, 10, 15 employees underneath. You're the ones that employ, right? It's what? It'll never come back to you, right? It's never, what? Don't worry about it. It's really all about climate change, and that's part of it as well. Remember yesterday they were talking about how climate change has to do. I can't even get into that right now. Too many other things. I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, did we have a big Trump was right and we were wrong moment from the fake news legacy media yesterday?
He is like a little baby.
Who's like a little baby? Oh, the media. Okay, the fake news legacy media. Yeah. So they did it once again, everybody. The media, while putting out false statements, I wonder if they knew that these were false statements. Yes, they did. False statements from anonymous sources. Anonymous sources that are anonymous, so you really can't tell who they are. As a matter of fact, if you made up an anonymous source because you knew what you were getting ready to put out was going to be fake news and fake information, then you can run with all of this because it's really the hit and run fake news legacy media doing what it does best. The hit and run, which is we're going to put the story out there about Donald Trump and this awful conversation that he had in December, a call between then President Trump and a top Georgia elections investigator. Remember, it was we got to find the fraud, and you'll be a national hero if you find the fraud. And the media ran with it. Oh, boy, did they run with it, because, there's an election to win. There are minds to change. There's an evil person that's out there that has to go by the wayside. We've got to get rid of this person, and we're going to do anything and everything we can to help the Democrats to win this election. And so what did they do? They ran with the story knowing full well that once the damage is done, hey, maybe a month from now, 2 months from now, yeah, we'll correct the story. Who's going to even talk about it? We can make it this little itty bitty kind of thing, correction. And that's exactly what they did. again, showing who they are, what they're about, and spare us all the nonsense of all of you people out there on the left trying to suggest that Orange Man bad. It's all about Trump. He's the bad guy. We got to get rid of him. Oh, it's just the crisis along the border. It was all his fault. Oh, there's news on the crisis along the border. Hey, we're going to have Dave Ray from the Federation for Immigration Reform, fairus.org at 7 o'clock and get into more detail about what's happening along the border. But here's a little ditty for you that we're going to play some audio. Kevin McCarthy, House Minority Leader, and some of the GOP went down to the border because Joe Biden has no desire to go to the border because he's busy doing other things. And that's right, it's true. He's actually out there touting his the COVID relief. That's what he wants to do. So him along with Kamala Harris, the two of them, they are just. There's no way you could separate these two. They absolutely, positively, they're like a team. They're like I don't know, Abbott and Costello or Tom Brady and the Bucks. And I'm trying to think of good team combinations. They're buddy. They cannot be separated. There's no way. And it has nothing to do with mental acuity or anything like that.
Judge, my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
It's nothing about that. It's everything's fine. They just go together and they're going to tout COVID relief and let everybody know how awesome it is that you're all getting a stimmy. Hey, Jake, have you figured out what you're going to do with your stimmy yet? Have you already made a decision? Where's it going? Bitcoin, Dogecoin? Which coin is it going into? Where are you spending your stimmy? What you going to do
Bills.
there? What is it?
Bills.
Oh, you're gonna pay bills with your. That is very responsible, young man. Look at you. You have no choice.
I don't.
Otherwise, you get kicked out of your house, kind of thing.
Pretty much.
So no. We don't want to go to the border. Especially when we come to find out that the GOP, Kevin McCarthy, along the border, had some interesting things to say about your safety and security. Oh, is there a problem that we might want to discuss that's a little bigger than just kids in cages, even though that's a pretty big deal? And even though when Barack Obama did it, everything was fine. It wasn't kids in cages. It was something completely different, or it didn't exist. And then Trump comes along, continuing policies there, and of course trying to do what he can along the border to make sure that a crisis is averted, which he was able to do after the fact. But no, it was kids in cages when Trump was there, and now it's just facilities. So we're going to get to all of that coming up because the border issue is a biggie. Maybe we should do that now. I think I would. No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for D-Ray. We'll talk about that more coming up. Okay, so let's get to this story. This is fun. The media really has a game that they play, and you have to understand this. This is so important. A couple of things. Number one, the media does the hit and run fake news legacy stories where they will hit, for example, the former president of the United States and say that he made this phone call. It was another awful phone call. You know how the awful phone call thing goes. It's everybody else who makes the awful phone calls. Never do you hear anything about awful phone calls being made by, anyone who's a Democrat or a communist or socialist or anything like that. I don't know any communists.
This is what you do.
Well, it's what Bernie does. But anyway, yeah, so let's get into this. So the phone call that supposedly happened, the Washington Post ran with the story. And then the Washington Post runs with the story of the anonymous source and who said that the president said, you got to find the fraud and I'm going to make you a hero, talking about the Georgia elections investigator on a December 23rd phone call between Trump and Francis Watson, the chief investigator of the Georgia Secretary of State's office. And that whole story was there. And again, what the media does. Washington Post puts it out, anonymous source. This is what we heard, even though we have the actual audio, but we're going to make stuff up because in 2 months we'll just say that we were wrong and nobody's going to know. CNN runs with the story of the Washington Post story. And then CNN, who has affiliates all over the country. And then you have these local media outlets that do rip and read. Oh, look at this. Here's a story that CNN. And if CNN's talking about Washington Post, then it's got to be true. And so then we rip it and then we say it. And then guess what? The local stories don't have to do anything. They don't have to have any kind of mea culpas or, hey, we were wrong or hey, this was discovered. They don't have to say anything. It's not our problem. We just reported with CNN. CNN says, well, that's not my issue. How about Washington Post? They're the ones that put this story out. And then the Washington Post is like, yeah, we'll do it. We don't really care. So the initial reports by CNN and the Washington Post, what were they? Do you remember? Can we take the Wayback Machine, going way back. We've got that somewhere, right? I think we do. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. I think, okay. Do you remember? Here's the audio that you're looking for. Here you go. Find the fraud. Remember, the news media was crazy. They got the president this time. It's one of those,
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
They always have the latest bombshell. Here's the latest bombshell in December 23rd. Oh, man, do we have the president?
Another week, another call. NBC News confirming that President Trump called Georgia's chief elections investigator to, quote, find the fraud, saying that official would be, quote, a national hero.
Now, what's funny is that's NBC. They've confirmed it. Who did they confirm it with? Because ultimately it was wrong, so they had to confirm it with somebody. Did they confirm it with somebody internally who actually listened to the audio and said, oh, yeah, there it is? No, they didn't probably do anything like that. What they did was they confirmed it with CNN, who confirmed it to Washington Post. I heard it from a friend. You've been messing up. You know how that goes. All right, Jake loves when I sing, so I thought I would give him that on a Tuesday. Are you happy now? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go back to bed. Okay, here we go. Okay, come on, go.
President Trump personally called Georgia's lead elections investigator and demanded that person produce evidence which didn't exist and, quote, find the fraud, adding that if they did so, they would be a, quote, national hero.
The Washington Post reported yesterday that President Trump called a Georgia election investigator and pressured him to, quote, find the fraud.
Hey, guess what? I can do this all day long.
And President Trump apparently pressured an election investigator to find the fraud.
That one had really cool music behind it.
Again, not the phone call out of Georgia, another one.
Okay, I could do this all day. This montage, thanks to Tom Elliott, the great Tom Elliott at Grabian, this thing goes on and on and on and on. It goes for 2 minutes of the media pushing this story until, oh, will you look at this? Nope, didn't happen. Never happened. Didn't go that way at all. Because somebody got a hold of, apparently, the phone call and listened to it and said, hey, whoa, this didn't happen. So the Washington Post had a lengthy correction to the top of this article talking about the phone call. If you go there now, you'll see a correction. Oh, because everybody goes back to December 23rd. A phone call issue. They want to go months and months and months back and revisit that article only to find the correction there, which reads 2 months after publication of this story. 2 months after publication of the story. We've already done the damage. It doesn't make a difference. All the tweets that are out there, millions and millions and millions of tweets, and all kinds of crazy liberals out there going, see, your president is really bad. It's not my president. He's your president. That orange guy. Oh, man, is he awful. They go crazy, crazy, crazy. He's your guy, and I don't want anything to do with him. You see, it's just another example of how bad this guy is. He's the guy that whips up riots at capitals, and starts insurrections. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, right. Okay, so 2 months after the publication of the story, too late now, the Georgia Secretary of State released an audio recording of the president's December phone call with the state's top election investigator. Now, full stop. That's interesting. 2 months later, Georgia Secretary of State releases an audio recording of the president's phone call. Is there a lead that's getting buried there? I'm just asking. Is there a lead that's getting buried there? 2 months later, the Georgia Secretary of State releases an audio recording of the president's phone call. Why 2 months later? Anybody asking them? Like you knew the whole time that this was a lie and you didn't stop it then? Why didn't you release the call then? The recording revealed that a post misquoted Trump's comments on the call based on information provided by a source. The infamous source, anonymously. Source. Trump did not tell the investigator to find the fraud or say she would be a, quote, national hero if she did so. Instead, Trump urged the investigator to scrutinize ballots in Fulton County, Georgia, asserting that she would find, quote, unquote, dishonesty there. He also told her that she had, quote, the most important job in the country right now, unquote. The story about the recording can be found here. They had, okay. A lot of people are asking, well, if the president did say, hey, I need you to find the fraud, like there was some fraud that existed there and you should find it, and look, you'd be a national hero if you did so. Is there anything on its face? I know, because there are a lot of people that are texting right now, 239-479-5592, and asking that question. On its face, is that a problem? I mean, if you have a president of the United States who really feels and believes and has maybe evidence to prove and show that there may be something going on and there may be some fraud, and you should go find the fraud. And if you did, man, you'd be a national hero. I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that. Listen, I'll give you that, okay? I'll give you the find the fraud national hero thing. No, you shouldn't have said something like that. I'll even give you that until I can't give you that as well, because that's not what happened. And good for the president for having something to say about this, because he had a lengthy comment yesterday firing back about the misquote, if you will. Because you see, that's what the left does. So, oh, gosh. Sorry, we were wrong. Anonymous, sorry. Made a mistake. And the president fired back yesterday talking about the correction to the contents of the incorrectly reported phone call I had with respect to voter fraud in the great state of Georgia. While I appreciate the Washington Post correction, which immediately makes the Georgia witch hunt a non-story, the original story was a hoax. Right from the very beginning, I would further appreciate a strong investigation into Fulton County, Georgia, and the Stacey Abrams political machine, which I believe would totally change the course of the presidential election in Georgia. Well, unfortunately, the president's not going to get that, because everybody's going to sit back, because Stacey Abrams is the governor of the state of Georgia. And look, what she says goes. At the end of this statement, the former president says, you'll notice that establishment media errors, omissions, mistakes, and outright lies always slant one way, against me and against Republicans. Meanwhile, stories that hurt Democrats or undermine their narratives are buried, ignored, or delayed until they can do the least harm, for example, after election is over. Man, is he right. Look no further than the negative coverage of the vaccine that preceded the election and the overdue celebration of the vaccine once the election is concluded. Man, the truth hurts. Ouch. Oh. If you're watching me at truthsteel.com, you can see the right? Doesn't it hurt? It hurts when you get hit with the truth, man. When my son gets hit with the truth, I'm just telling you. When my son gets busted for something, if he maybe stretches the truth a little bit, it's strong democracy requires a fair and honest press. This latest media travesty underscores that legacy media outlets should be regarded as political entities, not journalistic enterprises. In any event, I thank the Washington Post for their correction. Listen, hey, thanks a lot anyway, but you've already ruined my life and you've pretty much ruined my presidency. And I guess that's what we say. But I guess in all of that, they're hitting, and the president's like gracious to say, look, hey, thanks for the correction. But man, you could have done something earlier. But they're not going to. The media, once again, doing what they do best. And it really is a shame. And, we have to figure out a way as conservatives to continue the discussion. Actually, it's not even figuring out a way. This is what you do. If you're wondering what you do.
This is what you do.
Here's what you do. What you do is you continue to talk about this. Don't be afraid. Be bold. Don't be afraid of the conversations. Don't be at a party or hanging out with people that you know, and then there are some people there that you don't. And when you hear some lefty pull out some windbag, something or other about how bad the former president was and the phone call and everything else, you've got to tuck all this away, and you have to be bold enough to say, well, that's not what happened. And I don't know if I've got to pull out a smartphone to convince you. I don't know if I have to show you the retraction from the Washington Post. I'm not really sure what I have to do, but I'm not going to let it sit. I'm just not going to let it go. I'm not going to be like Frozen and do all that. See what I did there? See, that was pretty good, right? It was too easy. It was a layup. Actually, you know what? If you watch the NBA, is it really like if you watch any basketball, is a layup necessarily a layup? Anyway, yeah, you just got to be bold. Don't be afraid to talk about this, and don't forget these stories because they're important. Because somebody has to hold them accountable. And they're not the only ones. Listen, how important is that? At the end of the day, the fake news legacy media is not the only place to get your headlines. Locally, state, nationally, listen, they've all got to be held to account. Every single one of them. Everybody. Fox News, top and bottom of the hour, right here on this station. Why do we not mention some of the things that they say? I don't have a problem with it. I'm okay. I mean, if they say something that I have an issue with, I'll bring it up. Why not? You shouldn't be afraid of anybody when it comes to you and me, all of us, hearing the truth. All right, 239-479-5592, talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website you can watch right now. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
Of course.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The Denver International Airport's back in business after a winter storm shut down air travel for more than 24 hours. Crews had to clear 27 inches of snow from the runway. Meantime, U.S. air travel hits a pandemic high as spring breakers hit the beach. Walmart wants to dress up its fashions, so it's hired celebrity stylist and former Project Runway judge Brandon Maxwell to design collections for its exclusive fashion brands. AstraZeneca's vaccine hits a roadblock. Germany, France, and Italy say they'll suspend use of the vaccine after some countries reported possible side effects. And the Dow and the S&P 500 closed at record highs yesterday as technology shares rallied. The Dow ended just shy of 33,000. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Finally, spring has arrived, and so have all new Untuckit styles. Check out our new wrinkle-free shirts that every guy needs as the weather warms up. And don't forget our famous polos, the official shirts of spring. Untuckit shirts are designed to be worn untucked and will look great as we get back to the things we've been missing, like dinner with friends, reuniting with family, going on vacations, and yes, even heading back to the office. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked. Use code RADIO for 20% off your first purchase at untuckit.com.
Hi, this is Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows in North Fort Myers, and Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for the upcoming season. Global Weather Oscillations, an organization that predicts storms and hurricanes, has just been cited as the most accurate in storm forecasting by the media. Professor David Dilley, senior forecaster for Global Weather Oscillations, says that GWO's Climate Pulse technology model indicates that some regions of the United States have entered or will be entering the most dangerous hurricane landfall cycle in 70 years.
The experience with their product was great. We went through the storm. We didn't have to rush around and get plywood. We didn't have to put up shutters. It wasn't loud. It wasn't scary. There was no noise at all. We could see outside the whole time. We felt safe, and I just can't thank Storm Shield enough for the quality of their product and the peace of mind and security that it gave my family and me through the storm.
Enjoy the peace of mind, safety, and security that Storm Shield Hurricane Windows and Doors will add to your home. Call Storm Shield for a free in-home estimate today at 239-491-7000. 491-7002.
License number CGCA 60475.
Trust 1 hour air conditioning and...
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. I just want to see who's on the show this morning. On the show. I'm on the show. You're always on the show because I see your comments and reactions. So if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, drewsteele.com, wherever you are, let me know that you're watching right now. Just want to say good morning to you. Usually I do it at the beginning of the week and our early birds. So I just want to see what you all have to say and know that you're here. Gary Belcher. All right, Gary Balser. Good morning, Gary. Just want to say hi, good morning, see who's here. What's the matter? Oh, Jake just got a weird phone call. What'd you get? You got a weird call? You got a weird call or something? I gotta shut the mic off first? Oh, I gotta shut the mic off. Hold on. This is a serious talk. Hold on.
You. And unlike the all too familiar competitors, at Lusk Dre Sites in Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dre Sites in Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk Dre Sites in Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past. They're here today.
All right, somebody called and thought that I was on like meth or speed because I'm so animated this morning, and they want to know if I was on drugs. Okay, I'm a little excited this morning. So Does it seem like I'm a little too excited this morning? Was it my opening monologue? Was that a little too much? The opening of the show? I mean, I don't know. That was weird. Okay, so he was worried about you all hearing that. I don't care. We're an open book, people. Good morning, Benjamin. Good to see you. Good morning, Brian. Good to see you there as well. All right, let's see what we've got. Yeah, Gary said cute. Right. It's worse than Watergate. I know, I got to get that going on. All right, yep. Loving Trump. Hello, Gail. What is that? Is that a dog like getting ready to bite your leg? What is that? That's kind of funny. Peter, good morning from the Keys. Smilovsky. I think I said that right. Let's see. Yep. Oh, yeah, yep, no one cares about Trump. They need to get people there to tune in, watch ads, so they invent a crisis at the border. Well, you're going to hear about the crisis along the border in just a little bit. It's pretty bad. Dawn of MAGA. Hello, Dawn of MAGA. Good morning. Brandy, good morning. Good to see you. I like Brandy's face. Oh, Brandy Steele. Look at that. I don't know if it's really Steele with 3 E's, but if it is, that's cool. That's cool. Good morning, Jane. From the not-so-sunny UK. Yeah, sorry about that. You want to tell them about the call about the lady that thought I'm on drugs because I'm too animated this morning? Nope. Let me just put it this way. Can I be blunt? Just piss Jake off. Man, did that lady just piss Jake off. He's like, I've been producing Drew for a long time. He doesn't even cuss. Yeah. Okay. All right. Laura's watching there on the website. Good. All right. That is cool, Laura. I appreciate that. I hope the website works well for you. But if you want to watch in the other places, it's there. You know. Good morning, Steve Leary's. Leary's? Good morning, Steve. That is a sweet beard, my friend. Very nice. Very impressive. Williams Ridge Studio. Good morning. Good to see you here. Donna, good morning. Good to see you guys. John Vault. Good morning, sir. I like your hat. I'm a Mets fan, though. Yankees are all right. I'm a Mets fan. And it is Steele with 3 E's. Good for you. I did think you were speaking very fast. I think it's called energy and power. Yeah. Sorry about that. I get all worked up. I talk fast. Maybe it's too fast for the morning. I know it doesn't appeal. I don't say. It's just what I get when I get worked up. That's what I do. All right, so that's it. Just want to say good morning to everybody. I appreciate everybody who's watching, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are. And I'm keeping an eye on the comments and reaction. Early to bed, early to rise. That is right. Judy Lynn, we got that right. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go calm down, apparently. I'm too excited.
Think of air conditioning companies? We hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. And don't even think about hiring a middleman until you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
True relief for back and neck pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Hot out today, huh?
You know it.
Glad the AC's working.
No kidding.
What if the AC quit?
Oh, man. Couldn't do a thing inside then.
Too hot.
No way Ashley could do her homework in here.
Hard to concentrate.
Wouldn't even bother trying to study.
Well...
Of course her grades would slip.
Dave.
She could kiss Harvard goodbye.
Dave.
Probably end up homeless. Oh, my little girl.
Dave.
What?
What's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, best case, I make one call, AC's back up and running right away, everything's fine.
That's best?
Oh, sure, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have 4 AC trucks standing by waiting for you to call, loaded with parts, ready to go.
Right now?
Right now.
Huh. Sure is hot out today.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So you're saying...
She can still go to Harvard.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
At LMCU, our roots in your community just got a little deeper with the opening of our newest branch in Estero. When you bank with us, you can earn more on your money with our Max checking account and pay less on things like home mortgages and credit cards. We're proud to open our 13th Florida location at 21910 South Tamiami Trail. Our lobbies are open, plus you can schedule an appointment or visit one of our drive-thrus for contactless service. Our branches stretch far and wide for a reason. You. LMCU. You'll love banking here. Equal housing lender, member NCUA, and MLS number 442967.
I love being a bartender. I love waiting tables. But at the end of my shift, my feet were killing me. And so I had to pretend like I was having a good time, and really, I couldn't wait to sit down. But it wasn't just my feet, it was also my knees were achy. A lot of neck pain, too. I was in so much pain, I kind of lost hope, really. And then I saw the Good Feet store, and that's when everything changed.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Kristen enjoy their work again without their feet getting in the way.
It was pretty shocking to realize that I'd been in so much pain, and suddenly I'm completely pain-free. Now that I have the Good Feet arch supports, I don't have to pretend to be happy. I'm genuinely happy. So, cheers. My name is Kristen, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Hannity at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Preoccupation Records releases Governor Cuomo's biggest biggest hits.
Don't hand me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
It's hard to fit all these huge songs in his big hands. These songs are so good, they're intimidating. And who can forget Cuomo's favorite Wings song, Hands Across Your Daughter?
Hey, no.
Governor Cuomo's favorite hand songs. Use your big hands and download your playlist now.
All right. Really? All right. Yeah, so, okay, I guess Cuomo's, that's the latest now. Former aide to Andrew Cuomo told independent investigators he's got this preoccupation with his hand size and and what it meant, and it gets a little salacious, and do we really need to go into all of this? We got a governor who's been accused on multiple occasions of sexual harassment, and we have a guy who's not going, he's not going anywhere, everybody. It doesn't make a difference. And there's a little more to this story to get to before we get to some of the other news. Just in case you're wondering, look, it is in the state of New York. There's nothing that you can do now except try to wait this out if you're Andrew Cuomo, and I guess figure that something else is going to pop up to take this out of the headlines, because you have pretty much the party there you have many congressmen and congresswomen there representing the state of New York, AOC and others who are like, all right, this guy's got to go. You have pretty much Democrats across the board in the legislature in Albany who are saying, yeah, this guy's got to go. He doesn't want to go. You've got a mayor in the city of New York. How about the New York City mayor who was taking phone calls and questions from people, constituents, just the other day, and talking about Andrew Cuomo and his thoughts on the very real and important, and most important of all, the deaths due to the policies of COVID-19 positive patients back into nursing homes that the governor tried to cover up on a federal level, and try to blame the federal government, try to blame the Trump administration and blame everybody else for what he did because politics and because money, as we're about to hear from the mayor of the city of New York, who's all in on getting this guy out, which is interesting, right? Everything was cool until all this went down, and then the political wind's blowing. And it's almost like the mayor of the city of New York might himself one day like to be the governor of the state. And here you go.
What we've heard is about the governor and his team trying to link vaccine supply to political support. That is the definition of corruption.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard about this story, but this idea that the governor, this is rich. Follow this story. We're being told that the governor in the state of Florida was allowing individuals to access the vaccine in the state of Florida because of politics, and that there were rich white constituents, places like Lakewood Ranch and areas in the Keys and some other places around the Villages, America's friendliest hometown. Joe Biden thinks about it in the past. All of these things that we're told that are happening here in the state of Florida that the governor defended and said, wait a minute, that's not happening here. That didn't happen here. That's a lie. And people were like, well, hold on a second. I wonder if, because the media is trying to focus on the governor, Ron DeSantis, and trying to make it sound like he was doing this, I wonder if it's a typical Democrat strategy, which is, and always remember this, if you're starting to hear a news cycle turn on a Republican or a conservative, blaming them for something that they didn't do, chances are, you know where I'm going with this, everybody, right? The chances are that it's actually something that's happening with a Democrat, with a liberal, with a progressive, and they're making the Republican or the conservative seem like the one that's doing it. The whole Russia collusion hoax, where really the connection with Russia was more along the lines of Hillary Clinton, right? It was more the DNC, right? It was blaming others for what they were doing. And here we go again, because on the heels of what we heard was the governor of Florida doing that, all of a sudden we find out.
And his team trying to link vaccine supply to political support. That is the definition of corruption. It is disgusting. It is dangerous. There are lives on the line, and it cannot be tolerated. There needs to be now a full investigation of that, on top of the investigation of the nursing home scandal, the investigation of the sexual harassment and molestation. There needs to be an investigation of what happened with the Tappan Zee Bridge, but now on top of it, there needs to be an investigation of why a senior official in the governor's office, clearly tried to link vaccine supply to political support. And I'll tell you something, he better not call me, because I'll tell him what he can do with that.
Okay, so that's pretty funny. De Blasio, the mayor of New York, saying that Cuomo better not call me because I'll tell him what he can do with that phone call. Yeah, right. I'm sure you will. But here's the flip side of this, everybody, and here's what I won't use a bad word because I don't use them. It stinks. Here's what stinks. There was a poll that was conducted recently, a Siena poll. When it comes to the sexual harassment allegations against Andrew Cuomo, only 35% of New York voters want him to resign. What's it going to take? Most New York voters are satisfied with the governor's explanation of the sexual harassment allegations made against him, and barely a third want him to resign, a Siena College Research Institute poll release. Now, you take polls for what they're worth, but, I mean, most polls are laughable. Even in Nancy Pelosi's world, there are polls that are laughable. Total of 57% of respondents said they're satisfied with Cuomo and how he's addressed the allegations. 48% of voters think he can effectively do his job. So more than half of the people are satisfied. So what about that? So is it almost as if, this is a sick twist. It really is a sick twist. What I'm about to tell you is a sick twist. And it's what I'm hearing and what people are saying to me. And I wonder what you think, 239-479-5592. Or if you want to comment in the comment and reaction section on our website, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. You can go to the website to watch. These sexual harassment charges are being brought up, these accusations. And what they're doing is they're taking away from and listen, they're serious. The charges are serious. More people come out. There are a lot of questions. Needs to be investigated. I am not making light of these charges at all. But what I'm saying is that now that these charges have come up, it's taken away from really what should be the focus. And that is what the governor's policies in the past with regards to the nursing home did, resulting in deaths, and how that is flat out criminal. And if it doesn't get back to that focus, if people don't start to focus more on that there is a chance that many people are saying that this may just go away. Just something to keep in mind and watch. And, of course, part of the disgusting aspect of all of this is how this knife cuts. And how this goes if it were a Republican or a conservative, and how the focus would be and how the result would be as well. And certainly that there would be some polling organization that would come along and say, oh, this Republican governor has to go. This conservative has to go. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, we are at drewsteele.com, the website. You can go there right now if you want to watch on your smart device, your smart phone, or even on the computer, either way. And love to hear in your comments and reactions. And they pop up on the screen, by the way. So, So I'm just trying to see if there are some of you have some things to say that I can't even put up on the screen. All right. Stay break 92.5 Fox News right all along. Let's find out what's going on with traffic. Yes. There's Sabrina Katz. She's got it.
If you are on State Road 82 heading to 29, there's a crash at the intersection that is slowing traffic down heading eastbound, as well as northbound delays on 29 for a half-mile heading out of Immokalee. A crash reported at Oil Well Road and Immokalee Road as well. Minor delays at the intersection. Now, if you are on I-75, we are still up to speed, luckily, heading to and from Lee and Charlotte, as well as heading between Charlotte and Collier County. However, if you are heading southbound, starting from Corkscrew, we are seeing more of that morning rush underway. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We see a lot of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a breeze as highs reach about 85 degrees for most of southwest Florida. We keep the warm trend going all the way through the end of the week, and that's when we'll be tracking a cold front bringing the chance for rain and even a few strong storms for your Friday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, they have a publishing company, and they're dipping their toe into the children's book market. It's a book of fairy tales. And what the title is? Communism for Kids. The fairy tales have an agenda, teaching kids that communism is good. This is what they say about their book. It all unfolds like a story, with jealous princesses, fancy swords, displaced peasants, mean bosses, and tired workers. But before they know it, the readers are learning about the economic history of feudalism, class struggles and capitalism, different ideas of communism, and more. Cartoon drawings of lovable little revolutionaries entice kids through the evils of capitalism. The book has earned praise from leftists who say it's especially needed now that Trump is president. Young readers get the message that while some forms of communism fail, class warfare ultimately leads to a better world. Yeah, it's the age-old lie, folks. The only reason communism always fails is because the wrong people have been in charge. No wonder liberals love the fairy tale of communism. They never own up to the awful reality of it. Poverty, scarcity, corruption, brutal oppression for those forced to live under it, not to mention the tens of millions murdered under communist leaders like Stalin and Mao. Communism for Kids is dreary kitty-commie propaganda, and I predict young readers won't fall for it because I'm going to be competing against it. Screw this.
Mahindra is the official tractor of tough. And if you ask Mahindra owners, they'll tell you we're also the official tractor of working through a long, hard winter, and the official tractor of getting your land ready for spring. And right now, Mahindra is the official tractor of spring savings. Save thousands or get 0% interest on tough new Mahindra tractors during the Mahindra Spring Sales event. Your Mahindra dealer has spring savings on subcompact tractors all the way up to utility tractors. Stop by, or you'll officially be missing great deals on Mahindra. Learn more at whymahindra.com. On select models for a limited time only, go to whymahindra.com for more information.
Are you a successful small business owner, perhaps with experience in automotive, ag, or outdoor equipment? Visit joinmahindra.com to become a part of the Mahindra dealer family. That's joinmahindra.com.
Psst, I'm about to say a dirty word, a really dirty word. Cover your kids' ears. Ready? Plumber. Hi, I'm Rob Hill of Bob Hill Plumbing. I'm not sure why plumber is a dirty word. I like to think of myself as a respectful, clean, and honest plumber. In fact, I'm proud to say that Bob Hill Plumbing is one of the oldest businesses in Naples. My dad founded Bob Hill Plumbing in 1952. I instilled the same tradition and values as he had back in the 50s. I dare you to find that in the chuck in a truck world. Everyone has an AC guy or an electrical guy, but a plumber? If you need plumbing services, I invite you to call me today, and I'll prove to you that we've cleaned up the word plumber. See, even the radio guy stopped beeping me out. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or go to bobhillplumbing.com.
Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish
forsaking all others?
I do.
I do.
And now by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you roommates. Go forth.
That's not the vow you took. But if struggles with CPAP have you and your spouse sleeping in separate rooms, it might be time to look into Inspire. Inspire works inside the body with just the click of a remote. That's right, just a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592. Hey, anybody notice gas prices? We doing it again? We shooting through the roof? I don't know. I have to ask Jake. Jake's he's got like a gas buddy in his brain. Beep, 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 beep. Right? Something like that. You seem to know what's going on with, where are they at now?
They're creeping up to $3. They're just about there.
We're close to $3. According to AAA, more than in nearly 3 years we are paying. So there you go. And it's not, listen, it's not Joe Biden's fault. It's not the policies of Joe Biden. So just sit back. It's something else completely different. It's a lot of other stuff. But boy, it's really hard to believe that. So there you go. So man, it's almost like, can we just admit this for just a second before we go to break? It feels as if everything is going right to a plan here, doesn't it? Joe Biden becomes president of the United States. Gas prices shooting through the roof. Our taxes are getting ready to go up very, very, very soon. There's no end in sight for COVID. We can't even go to weddings, even though a lot of us have been going to weddings and even going for spring break and going out and we can't have these super spreader events like spring breaks, Jake. We can't have those youngsters. We can't have the youths out there. No. We can't have them doing anything like that, going to spring break and spring break parties because, they're definitely going to be super spreader events. Of course, we have a super spreader event every single day in the state of Florida, and that would be like Universal Studios and Disney. They've been open since July. But instead, let's focus on the kids at the pool and everything like that. It's like,
I got hairy legs.
Yeah, we got to worry about that, So there's that. Although I guess there's been a lot of arrests for spring break. What we're finding out is that there are a lot of youths that don't want to follow the rules, and so there have been some. But the media is gonna make everything look awfully bad here in the state because DeSantis. Oh, then there's some news, Florida news on that as well. Some more mea culpas. Hey, we might owe a lockdown apology to Florida after all. New York Times article says. Really? Oh, that's good. I see what you did. You spent all this time saying how awful we were with lockdowns and everything, and then a year later you're like, my bad.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Last year, over 2 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. So who are our clients? They're people just like you, people who share our values, hopes, dreams, people who believe that dignity is a God-given right, people who fight for a better tomorrow for their families and their children. And when they needed a personal injury attorney, who did they choose? Who would you choose in your time of need? There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins, and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Visit the Diamond District this weekend, March 19th, 20th, and 21st, for the biggest diamond sale of the year. The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world. And this weekend, Jason and Todd are offering you 3 years interest-free financing.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
We've got you covered, coming and going.
Drew Steele mornings. Trey Radel on the drive home at 5.
92.5 Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
President Biden will hit the road. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, touting the COVID financial aid package he signed last week that all Republicans in Congress opposed.
It'll help hundreds of thousands of small businesses keep their doors open, which makes a gigantic difference in neighborhoods.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, the Help is Here tour with a stop in Chester, Pennsylvania, as the White House advertises the benefits of the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. Vice President Kamala Harris was in Las Vegas, Nevada Monday, saying the administration isn't really selling the package.
You buy a product, you've already been sold on the product, but you need some directions on the box usually, right?
First Lady Jill Biden visited a school in New Jersey, vowing to safely reopen classrooms. President Biden and the Vice President will travel to Atlanta, Georgia on Friday. Dave?
Rachel, that's not all. The president is pushing.
The White House is planning a $250 million advertising campaign to convince Americans to get vaccinated.
Roll up your sleeve and do your part.
Multiple states are widening the eligibility for shots.
Fox's Steve Harrigan. Today, Mississippi will join Alaska, making everyone 16 and older eligible. You just heard George W. Bush's voice pushing COVID vaccinations. He and several other ex-presidents are helping with the messaging, but former President Trump is not. And a new AP poll finds 42% of Republicans say they probably or definitely will not get a shot. 13 congressional Republicans visited the border in Texas amid a migrant surge. House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy.
The border was getting secured and was secure. What we found now, they're telling me there's things they've never seen before, and it's growing every day.
The Biden administration says it's undoing inhumane Trump border policies. Near Del Rio, Texas, another crash full of a car that's full of immigrants that were here illegally.
A preliminary investigation says a vehicle evading DPS troopers was involved in a head-on collision. 8 undocumented passengers were pronounced dead on the scene.
That's Fox's Sean Langell. America's listening to.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
A crash at the intersection of Daniels and Gateway Boulevard, reports saying that this is blocking all eastbound lanes and you'll have to divert around it. Also, a crash at 29 and 82 still causing havoc at this intersection. Eastbound delays on 82, northbound slowdowns on 29. A crash at Oil Well Road and Immokalee Road still active, but no major backups. The Trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Gatz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees. We have another warm and sticky afternoon on tap, with temperatures reaching the mid-80s across Southwest Florida. Now, the good news is we have a bit of a wind, which will make it feel a little bit nicer. We keep the warmth going all the way through the end of the work week, but late Thursday and into Friday morning, we'll see a cold front roll through Southwest Florida. Right now, rain and a few storms will be possible. Some do have the potential to become strong, and you can trust the Weather Authority to monitor that threat for you very closely over the next few days, as a lot can still change. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Announcer is a paid presenter.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our newest snowbird protection plan. If you leave Florida each year, we can take care of your roof while you are away. If you leave and later discover you have a roof problem, simply notify us and we can fix it while you're gone. We will send you before and after pictures, and you can pay us by credit card. As always, we offer our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. We have 2 warehouses filled with the obsolete tiles, and likely we can make a matching replacement to make your roof tile look new and clean. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we thank all of you for supporting our family business for over 30 years. My sons have adopted my old-fashioned ideas: be honest, do a good job, make the customer happy. Our phone number is easy to remember. It's just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number is CCC 132-6213.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment, we've got you covered.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com. That is the website. We appreciate you watching. It's set up to be mobile friendly. It's just a basic website so that you can watch it on your smart device, smartphone, even on your computer. Hey, listen, everything's fine at the border. Nothing to see here. No crisis. Everything is good. Just ask Kevin McCarthy, who was at the border yesterday.
You know, it's worse than a crisis. I thought I would see a crisis, but this is really a human heartbreak.
Well, maybe it's worse than we expected it to be. No, it's really that bad. How bad is it? Dave Ray is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org is the website. Dave Ray, what's going on, D-Ray?
Hey, Drew, how you doing, buddy? Good to be with you again.
I'm all right. So you heard a little bit of Kevin McCarthy from yesterday, and I want to play some clips as well of what was said there along the border because, man, there are a lot of things that we need to touch on so people realize kind of almost a refresher of what's been happening. You know, he goes on to talk about some of what he witnessed there along the border.
We have a brand new facility to care for these children. They built it beyond capacity thinking they would never reach it. Today, they just set the anniversary that they broke capacity, more than 1,040 children, and it's only growing every day. And what that means is 120 of these border agents that are doing an extraordinary job in unbelievable times can't be on the border protecting us.
So what is he talking about, D-Ray? So when he says they can't be on the border protecting us, so the suggestion is that with all the migrant children that are coming across, the illegals that are coming across, that the resources that we have, the personnel, they're being put in different positions. Can you explain a little bit of that?
Well, they're being diverted for child care. They're changing diapers. They're running and getting supplies.
Like literally, that's what they're doing.
Yes,
literally.
Yes, they are being pulled off the border to take care of children. And, you know, children have a lot of needs, particularly when they arrive in large numbers without their parents. They're scared. That's why the Secretary of DHS has now called for volunteers from the Washington area to go to the border to help take care of the crisis down there. I mean, Drew, you know, the good news is the president has finally admitted that the situation on the border is unacceptable and out of control. The bad news is that it was the president of Mexico who admitted that. Lopez Obrador, not President Biden. I mean, the president of Mexico yesterday said, or a couple of days back said, we need to work together to regulate the flow because this business can't be tackled from one day to the next. I mean, what people, the part of the story, there's two things that people aren't understanding. One is that this is incredibly destabilizing to Mexico because everyone who crosses the border is getting money putting money into the pockets of the cartels, up to $10,000 per person. So we are enriching the cartels, which is a huge problem for the Mexican government because the cartels are already too wealthy and too influential. The second thing, if you listen to the rhetoric of the Democrats and they talk about the border, you're going to get something like, yeah, there's a lot of children coming across and we, have quite a challenge. I mean, that is smoke and mirrors where there's 5,000 to 7,000 people coming across the border every day. Most of those folks are not children. And according to the congressional delegation yesterday, a lot of these people are not from Central America or Mexico. They're from Iran, Yemen, Syria, Haiti. I mean, we have the Biden administration, which the president of Mexico has called Joe Biden the migration president, by the way, but they have announced to the world that the borders are open. And people, why do you think people are streaming to the border with Biden for president shirts on? They think they've been, that he's waved the green flag to come into America. And what we're seeing at the border is a result of that.
Yeah, by the way, let me just mention that, a couple of things that D-Ray just brought up. One of them is, how does someone who is fleeing persecution and is just running from their home country and is trying to get away and escape to the United States, all of a sudden come up with a Biden please let us in T-shirt? Where do they come up with that? Somewhere along the line, they decided that, hey, we got a couple of bucks. Let's stop at a print shop and have T-shirts made. That doesn't happen. You think that happens? Of course it doesn't without someone helping them. So who's doing this?
Well, they're probably it's probably one part of the deal that they get from the cartel when they pay them a $10,000 smuggling fee. They get a free T-shirt. But the point is that if you're fleeing from the government of Iran or Syria or Yemen or China, and you end up in Guatemala or Honduras or even in southern Mexico,
how did you get there?
You are in a safe country. That is where you ask for asylum.
Yeah.
You don't walk through 3 more countries and ask for asylum at the United States. That's called asylum shopping. And anybody who does that, it should raise a red flag that this person does not intend on pursuing a real asylum claim. They are simply economic migrants looking for a better place. And, if you want to come here for a better life, then stand in line and apply for a legal visa like 1 million people do every year.
Yeah. FEMA going to the border. I mean, that's really, D-Ray, that's really the administration saying we got a problem. Like that's admitting it.
FEMA does have the word emergency in it. So it's they don't. The administration won't admit that there's an emergency, but then they send the emergency management agency down there to manage it. I mean, last week there was a former ambassador to Mexico who's now the Biden administration's point person on the border issue, Roberta Jacobson, and somebody asked her, before you all completely dismantled all the enforcement at the border, did you not think that maybe you should build these camps first to accommodate the influx because of the perception that you've created that we're no longer serious? And I mean, there's just no answer for that. Right. I mean, they're trying to say, oh, this is all just a result of seasonal migration fluctuations that we see from year to year. Let me put this into perspective, Drew. Mm-hmm. If the current flow continues that we have right now, by the end of this fiscal year, we will have had more illegal border crossers in 2021 than we had in 2018, 2019, and 2020 combined. Wow. This is huge.
Wow.
And it's a self-inflicted head wound by the Biden administration that is going to blow up in their face in a spectacular fashion.
Yeah. Dave Ray, Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org. We encourage you always to check out the website for answers with regards to what is happening along the border, get information and then certainly answers of what we should be doing when it comes to legal immigration in this country. Something else that was brought up, two things. I'm going to play some clips and we'll talk about this. The first one is one that we brought up last week, and I think it cannot be dismissed. And this was from... I'm trying to think who it was. I want to say it was one of the House representatives. It was a Republican representative, John Katko, who was their ranking member of the House Homeland Security Committee. A couple of things that he said. Here's the first thing.
We are not testing these individuals. We saw hundreds of people in there today. Not one of them's had a COVID test. And they're transferring to other places without COVID tests.
They're transferring people without COVID tests.
Right. Well, it's worse than that, Drew. I mean, we know for a fact that there were more than 100 COVID-infected people loaded on a bus and sent to North Carolina. I mean, that's just, that gets down to the nitty-gritty of what the problem is. Our nation is in the middle of a dual crisis, an economic downturn crisis because of COVID and a pandemic crisis. And now all of a sudden we have an influx of hundreds of thousands of people from an area of the world that has a very high infection rate for COVID. And many of these folks are simply coming into the United States, being loaded onto buses and going everywhere. And how this does not, and we don't have that high of a percentage of our population vaccinated yet. So this could really cause a lengthening of the COVID shutdown.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, no, you see, here's the problem, D-Ray. You're focusing on the wrong thing. You should be focusing on the spring breakers in Florida. They're really where the problem is in the super spreader situation, and which is ridiculous on its face, knowing that this is taking place and knowing that these COVID positive illegals are being sent to places like North Carolina. When they were flying... when NGOs that criticized the administration for flying illegals across Texas and into El Paso, I guess, is where they were going, and all different places, this situation being brought up as well. But let me get to something else that as we wrap it up, because this is really important. This is, to me, and you brought it up, this is the bottom line, which we're not talking about enough. And here's Kevin McCarthy, who made mention of this yesterday as well.
And when you go up to Monument 3 and you talk to those agents, it's not just people from Mexico or Honduras or El Salvador. They're now finding people from Yemen, Iran, Turkey. People on the terrorist watch list they are catching. And they're rushing it all at once. They're catching 100 to 200 people in that one section. And what they found is it all started midnight, January 20th.
And they're finding out January 20th. That's when it started. And listen, the individuals that are trying to come here, like you mentioned before, if you've got Biden, please let us in T-shirts from illegals that are coming here and how they're getting those T-shirts. Certainly they're getting the message a month ago and longer in January that the border is open. That's not just people from Guatemala and other areas. We're talking about people from places that are and even individuals on the terrorist watch list. Now we're in a completely different territory here, Dave.
Right. Well, the top immigration enforcement official for the Biden administration, Alejandro Mayorkas, said to the world's illegal alien population, we're not saying don't come. We're just saying don't come now. I mean, think about this. The cartels they've got it all figured out. You send a bunch of kids into the country. Suddenly you have 30 or 40 Border Patrol agents dispatched to go get diapers and take care of children. While they're doing that, then you send in your hundreds of Iranians and Yemenis and Syrians and Chinese and Central Americans en masse. Some of them are bound to get through. I mean, and you want to talk about it. I mean, I haven't heard one person in the mainstream media call this a super spreader event. We have 5,000 to 7,000 people coming into the country every day, most of whom are not wearing masks. And how this is not being identified as a super spreader event when they would want to call a Trump rally one is just beyond me.
Yeah, and I'm more concerned, I'll tell you, I'm concerned about that, but I'm concerned about the security of this country. I'm concerned about what kind of, I heard rumors too and it was Dan Bongino, our good friend, who on his podcast was talking yesterday about the fact that he's hearing things about Secret Service to the border and what that does to the security of the president of the United States, who, interestingly enough, listen, if he's not going out and doing things, well, then you don't have to secure him. I guess you can do other things with agents. Yeah. And the security of the president, which nobody wants to see anything happen to the president of the United States, and how that and how that affects his security and why they're going to the border. Are they going there? What would be their purpose? And my worry is not just them, but others that are going to the border because they know that this is happening as well, and now taking resources and moving and shifting in this shell game of taking resources for a situation, like you said, that's self-inflicted.
Right. I mean, what they're doing is they're trying to take as many people, it's like sending the National Guard in. If you send the Secret Service in, then they get to change the diapers, and the Border Patrol agents are right there on the border.
Can you imagine?
Nobody knows border enforcement like the Border Patrol. Yeah. And so that's, they have created this crisis, and now it's like a three-ring circus, and they're trying to manage it.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Can you imagine being a Secret Service agent and being told to go to the border because you're going to be changing diapers? Because the president doesn't go out. He's not doing anything. No. He's in the basement. So if he's not going anywhere, then there's no need for you to be securing the president because he's not leaving or moving around. So we got to find something for you to do. Can you imagine if that's what was happening?
Drew, the time has come for the president to get out of his casket and go to the southern border and witness the crisis that he has single-handedly created and the ramifications that it's going to have for all of us.
Yeah, Dave, it's not going to happen because he's too busy letting everybody know how awesome it is that everybody gets a stimmy. We're all getting stimmies, D-Ray. Come on now. So my producer can go out and buy more Bitcoin or Dogecoin or some kind of coin. Who knows what he's going to buy. All right, Dave Ray, Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org is the website. Go to the website, visit, and we always appreciate having D. Ray on the program. All right, my friend, I'll see you soon.
Take care, buddy.
All right, there he goes. 239-479-5592. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? How we have a fake news legacy media that would love to concentrate on stories that have to do with going after the former president and finding fraud. And if you do this, you'll be a hero. And you need to do it. And all this fake news that was out there that we now come to find out the media is apologizing for, interestingly enough. And as everybody's looking at that shiny object and stimmies and other things, we don't have a media that wants to send people to the border to find out if this is going on. If we have people on the terrorist watch list that are crossing our southern border, are you even concerned about that aspect of it? I think you probably know the answer. All right, 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, DrewSteele.com. There's the website. I'm pointing right at you. If you're looking at me now on the website, we appreciate it. And for those that want to know, we're still on Facebook. You can go there, facebook.com/DrewSteeleRadio. That's fine, if you'd like to. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along, and Sabrina Katz has your latest traffic.
The crash at the intersection of Daniels and Gateway is still blocking eastbound lanes on Daniels. This is as you're heading towards Lehigh. Not blocking any of the intersection if you're heading towards the interstate. However, seeing that morning rush underway and traffic is slowing down. Also, a crash at 82 and 29 is still delaying traffic westbound on 82, north and south for a half mile both ways on State Road 29. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We see a lot of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a breeze as highs reach about 85 degrees for most of Southwest Florida. We keep the warm trend going all the way through the end of the week, and that's when we'll be tracking a cold front bringing the chance for rain and even a few strong storms for your Friday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Some of the biggest advertising air conditioning companies locally are not really local. They're part of national and international conglomerates, and you're just another number on the bottom line. At Kobe Cooling, we live right here. Our children and grandchildren live right here. We sponsor your kids' sports teams. local scholarships, local food banks, and all kinds of local organizations. We're not for sale now, and we never will be. The Kobe family started Kobe Cooling, we run it, and we even run service calls too. So when you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Local families serving local families. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
I'm Harvey Massey. Where we live, there's several types of termites, and they can all cause damage to your home. Subterranean termites invade from colonies below the ground, while drywood termites fly in and infest exposed wood in your home. Both require different treatments. That's why you need Massey's Total Coverage Termite Protection. Our guarantee covers all types of termites and includes coverage for retreatment and repair of any new damage. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
A refreshing swim in your pool shouldn't be interrupted by cloudy water, a broken heater, or faulty equipment. Healthy Pools of Southwest Florida keeps your oasis ready to enjoy every day. Their experts complete a 20-point checklist at each visit, keeping your pool healthy and protecting your investment. Relax knowing your pool is in good hands. Call 239-425-0300 right now and receive your first month free. That's 239-425-0300 or healthypoolsswfl.com. Healthy Pools is a for God and country company.
Disarm the people. That is the best and most effective way to enslave them. This was the warning of the father of the Constitution and fourth President of the United States, James Madison. I'm Lori Roman, President of the American Constitutional Rights Union, and this is a Live Free Minute. The Founding Fathers put some strong words into the Second Amendment to the Constitution. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. After that run-in with the Redcoats, the founders were outspoken in their belief that the right to own firearms to defend oneself, family, and nation was sacred, and the difference between being a subject and a citizen. We ask you to join us in standing up for the Second Amendment, because without the right to protect ourselves, we can't live free. This Live Free Minute is brought to you by the American Constitutional Rights Union, a national nonprofit based in Naples, Florida. If you'd like to learn more about our work, visit livefreeminute.org. livefreeminute.org.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Now this is something to get excited about. 21 Days of Beauty is happening now at Ulta Beauty. Get ready to feel fresh, new, and yeah, like you again. Give your routine a glow up with daily beauty steals of 50% off the must-haves from brands like Too Faced and First Aid Beauty. And explore the newest arrivals from brands like Tarte and Benefit. Discover endless ways to feel like your best self. Shop in-store, online, or try curbside pickup today. Hurry! This event ends April 3rd. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years.
And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. That army includes an entire legal team, specialist lawyers, investigators, and a 24/7 client satisfaction staff. Just like if you were going into surgery, you wouldn't trust one person to handle the paperwork, the scheduling, the anesthesia, and the surgery. Have you ever seen a surgeon operating alone and without resources? No way. Why would you trust a small firm with your case? Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Let Naples Shutter enhance your home's beauty and increase its value. From our legendary all-wood plantation shutters made right here in Naples for over 40 years, to luxurious blinds and shades, to the unique island appeal of Bahama shutters, Naples Shutter has you covered with a lifetime guarantee and over 40,000 satisfied customers. Call 239-566-8161 today for a free estimate. That's 239-566-8161 or visit NaplesShutter.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Biden administration is working to set up more shelter space for all the unaccompanied minors coming into the country across the Mexico border. A convention center in Dallas will be used to house 15 to 17-year-old boys. National Border Patrol Vice President Chris Cabrera says he was with an 8-year-old girl by herself a few days ago.
13, 14-year-old girl by herself. We see a lot of boys between 12 and 16, 17 years old. But we see a lot of young girls, and that's scary.
He was on the Fox News Rundown podcast. A man who drove into a homeless encampment in San Diego faces vehicular manslaughter and felony DUI charges.
3 people were killed, 6 others injured, 2 critically. The driver, a 71-year-old man, has been identified as Craig Voss. He pulled over and did try to help those who were injured.
Misha DeBono with Fox 5 San Diego. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
The crash at the intersection of Daniels and Gateway is still blocking eastbound lanes on Daniels. This is as you're heading towards Lehigh. Not blocking any of the intersection if you're heading towards the interstate. However, seeing that morning rush underway and traffic is slowing down. Also, a crash at 82 and 29 is still delaying traffic westbound on 82, north and south for a half mile both ways on State Road 29. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees. We have another warm and sticky afternoon on tap with temperatures reaching the mid-80s across Southwest Florida. Now, the good news is we have a bit of a wind, which will make it feel a little bit nicer. We keep the warmth going all the way through the end of the work week, but late Thursday and into Friday morning, we'll see a cold front roll through Southwest Florida. Right now, rain and a few storms will be possible. Some do have the potential to become strong, and you can trust the Weather Authority to monitor that threat for you very closely over the next few days, as a lot can still change. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips, and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
If you missed getting an extra $8,000 for your old car, pay close attention. The $8,000 trade-in event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral has been extended. Friday through Monday only. Bring your trade to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer and get $8,000 over book value for it. Your $2,000 vehicle is now worth $10,000. Your $10,000 vehicle is now worth $18,000. Any way you look at it, you get an extra $8,000. Sutherland Nissan is taking all trade-ins, no matter the year, make, or model. If you thought your car was worth only a few $100, add $8,000. This event has been extended through this weekend only. It absolutely ends Monday. Don't miss out on getting $8,000 extra funds just for bringing in your old car. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, Florida's #1 Nissan dealer, and your used car megastore. Shop online at nissansales.com or capecoralnissan.com. If it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much.
See dealer for details.
Where are you going to be St. Patrick's Day?
We're bringing back good times and great food.
St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, everything's Irish at Mel's Diner. With corned beef and cabbage prepared the old-fashioned way. Boiled slowly in a kettle and served with split pea soup, garden fresh veggies, and potato. All for only $16.99.
I can tell you, Mel's corned beef and cabbage is the real deal.
Take your St. Patrick's Day celebration outside with outdoor dining at Mel's and Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Of course, there's dine-in at all Mel's locations, or get your St. Patrick's Day meal to go. The choice is yours.
You can enjoy your St. Patrick's meal with green beer, just $2.99.
This complete dinner is only $16.99. St. Patrick's Day at all Mel's Diner locations. It's the absolute best corned beef and cabbage you've ever had.
I'll be looking for you St. Patrick's Day at Mel's Diner.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with TriFound with the TriFound Financial Team, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with TriFound, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Insurance products offered through TriFound Financial, LLC.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. I see a bunch of people on hold. We'll get to your calls coming up in just a second. Some Florida news out there just to touch on. Let's see, this morning, I've never noticed this because, quite honestly, I don't go to the beach a lot. If you look at me, if you're watching at drewsteele.com, Steele with 3 E's, you could probably see that I am not a beachgoer. It's apparent in just the way I look. I know it's strange that I've been living in Florida for 34 years now, and I've never been a big beachgoer. I like going to the beach like in the evening when it's cooler, especially this time of year maybe. But I've never been, and I guess it goes back to my childhood, and I brought this up, and I don't know if I think I told you this story. When I was younger, my mom loved to go to the beach, and she would take us to the beach there in New York, and she'd gather us up. And I just remember that when we would go, she would pack food, right? You know, you always have your snacks, or she would pack a lunch. So in the summer, when we were off from school, she would take us, and we would go to the beach. And I always remember that my mom would make bologna and cheese sandwiches, and she would put them in aluminum foil. And it would sit out in the sun. And so the cheese would melt and it would get super hot. And then it was always sand in it. And so every time I would eat these bologna and cheese sandwiches, for the longest time, I thought that bologna and cheese was crunchy because it had sand in it. It was pretty gross. And so I always remember not enjoying eating at the beach. And I always remember that no matter what, you could never get the sand off your feet as a kid. So You'd walk off the beach. You'd have sand on your feet. You'd use a little shower thing. You'd wash your feet. You'd end up walking to the car, and it would still be sand. Somehow between the shower head and the car, somehow you'd still get sand on your feet. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. And then it ends up in crevices and places that we really don't like to discuss. But it ends up sand's all over you. It just you can't avoid it. That was what? That's not your experience at the beach. Apparently.
No,
it's just me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's cute because you're not from here. Do you know wear flip-flops, man? You can have sandals.
Yeah, well, yes. Well, no, I didn't. No. Yeah.
What you do is you put the sandals on, and then you wash off with the sandals.
Yeah,
right?
but the sandals get it too. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean you're right. It's gonna get there. It's gonna get all over the place.
It's just the crevices, the places that sand gets. That sand should know. No person should be in these places on your body where the sand goes sometimes.
Yeah, sand can be pretty sneaky.
Yeah, it's a sneaky thing. So anyway, I bring this all up because there's a bill that is being proposed in Tallahassee that's going to ban smoking at beaches and parks. It's cleared a Senate committee, giving local governments the ability to decide whether cigarette smoking will be permitted on the beaches and public parks with their jurisdiction. Senate Environmental. Here's the thing. There's a Senate Environmental and Natural Resources Committee. They advanced this bill that would empower municipalities to take the lead on smoking. And it's Joe Gruters who's sponsoring the bill. And his comment is, you ready for this? His comment is, it'll allow us to get the bad butts off the beach and get the good butts on the beach. Get it? Good butts on the beach. Listen, let me tell you something, Joe. Not every butt on the beach is a good butt. Just putting that out there. Just saying. Say Speedo. Some people, they shouldn't be wearing them. But I digress. Anyway, so he was making note that 180,000 cigarette butts were picked up during a single day cleaning last year. Is there an issue like with that? Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, anywhere, Vanderbilt, Naples, wherever? 239-479-5592. Have you noticed that when you go to the beach, you see way too many cigarette butts on the beach? I don't. Do you notice that, Jake? Do you go? I mean, you sound like somebody who has been to the beach a couple of times in his life.
I mean, it's kind of hard to see any kind of trash whenever the wind's blowing and it's in the sand.
I don't know. Maybe it's the beach that Joe Gruters goes to. I don't ever remember there being a cigarette butt issue. I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. So no smoking on the beach, no smoking at parks. Oh, and by the way, here's something else that's interesting. They also added an amendment to the proposal that would exempt cigar and pipe tobacco. Is anybody going to the beach smoking a pipe? Like, is there somebody on the beach? Lovey, can you hand me another crunchy bologna and cheese sandwich while I'm puffing on my tobacco, my pipe? Who smokes pipe tobacco at the like? Who does that? It's like Sherlock Holmes on the beach. What does Sherlock Holmes wear? Sherlock Holmes, what would he wear on the beach?
Yeah, same thing he always wears.
What would those? Which is what? What kind of what would those shorts look like?
You know, like the weird plaid with the hat with like the ear thing.
And then he would have the flappies, and then he would have
flappy.
Okay. Then he would have like plaid shorts or something. I don't know. Brian's in Cape Coral said he wanted to weigh in quickly on the beach. Hey, Brian.
Yeah, actually, I don't smoke and never have. But to find cigarette butts out there, it's horrible. And I used to be in the military, and we were tasked with going everywhere and picking up people's cigarette butts, whom I thought was wrong because we didn't smoke.
So wait a minute. Where were you that you were stationed that you were picking up whose cigarette butts? So in other words, you being there wherever you were stationed, you were keeping things clean, even if it meant that the people that were there were making it dirty. It wasn't you.
Yeah, they would call it a FOD walk, which is foreign object damage, what that stands for. But you would literally walk in usually the main thoroughfare of a base, and people just threw their cigarette butts out. So you would collect garbage bags full.
Wow.
It was horrendous. But the thing I want to ask about people who do smoke, and if they are diehard climate change folks, why are they doing that? I mean, essentially, if you are a pack a day or 2 packs a day smoker, you're contributing just as much, if not more so, to any vehicle that's out there.
Yeah, you're destroying the planet is what you're doing. Well, you'd think with all the technology that we have, we could fly machines to Mars. We can do all of these interesting things, Green New Deals and the like. You'd think at this point they would make really easily biodegradable cigarette butts. Like if they were just, the minute they go down in like a day, they just turn into, I don't know, sugar water or something. I don't know what they would turn into, but preferably something. Although even candy cigarettes. No, we can't have candy cigarettes. Sorry, that's right. We've outlawed, right? So we don't have.
Exactly.
I wonder if you can smoke. Can you smoke a candy cigarette on Fort Myers Beach? Maybe is the big question. We have to have those. Remember those? They had the little red tip on at the end of it, and they tasted like.
Probably do a sugar tax on it.
Oh man, they tasted awful. Those. Don't fool yourself. And thanks for the call. I appreciate it, there, Brian. And thanks for your service to this country. My goodness. Whoever came up with the recipe for candy cigarettes, it was like chalk. Right?
It was almost as if someone just took like.
Well, where did you? You're a millennial. Where in the world did you find candy cigarettes?
Where did I find them?
Yeah, there's a place where you can go get them. There probably is, right? There's got to be a place you can go where they sell candy cigarettes, Pop Rocks, and all the things. The thing that killed Mikey from Life Cereal, Pop Rocks. Look it up. It's not true. All right, Mike and Tim have been holding patiently. They wanted to talk about immigration. First, Mike's in North Fort Myers. Go ahead, Mike. What's on your mind?
Hey, I got started on candy cigarettes. That was my gateway.
Don't say that. Oh man, are you serious?
Well,
don't even
serious.
joke about something like that. You're telling me that your candy cigarette was a gateway to you smoking?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, no wonder why we don't have them
Those
anymore.
Lucky Strikes, but I do smoke.
They had Lucky Strike candy cigarettes?
Of course they did. So anyway, I do smoke, but I keep one of those ashtrays in my car so that other gentleman won't find any of mine on the side of the road.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, getting off the topic, and I'm going to get back on your topic in just a second, but I do have to admit that Lucky Strikes were, in my family, I don't know about anybody else's growing up, were like Vaseline or refrigerator. In other words, there was a brand that my mother never said to me, "Do me a favor, go get your uncle his cigarettes off the table." She would never say that. She would say, "Get your uncle his pack of Lucky Strikes. Will you do that?"
His Lucky.
Right, that's it. It's right. It was like that's what you did. Okay. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, important lesson. Hold on a second, kids. Don't do drugs. Okay, go ahead.
Your comment about Secret Service changing diapers down at the border, haven't they been doing that since January at the White House?
Oh, that is. Hold on a second.
Where's that rim shot.
All right, there you go.
Thank you. And lastly, I did check my bank account this morning. I got, you call it the stimmy now?
Yeah.
I got mine. Guess how much?
Tell us.
$20.
Oh, why did you get? You owe the government money, don't you, Mike?
I have no, I do not.
Oh, is that?
I don't know them anything. In fact, the first two I got.
Yeah.
The same amount, whatever, $1,200, $600. This time it was $20.
And why do you suppose that is?
I don't know.
There is a stipulation. There was an amendment put in there, and a stipulation in the stimmy bill that says that if you owe the government, if you owe money, you only get you may not get any of it.
No, I get refunds every year.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened. I just think it's kind of comical.
Well, maybe it's the years of smoking candy Lucky Strikes. Maybe maybe it's a strike against you is what they've done. If they found out about you.
A lot, Drew. Yeah, all that tax money I'm giving them.
Yeah.
By buying cigarettes, right?
I get. Yeah. Well, there's that as well. All right. Well,
all right.
Get off to stop smoking. Quit smoking. The kids are listening. Be a good example. Stop smoking.
All right.
No
I
pressure.
Will try.
Okay.
Have a good morning.
Oh, you too. He's not going to try at all. He's lying. Flat out lie right there. All right. Tim's in North Fort Myers. Hey, Tim, how are you?
Good morning, Drew. Just woke up. Coffee's brewing, so I guess I'm truly waking up to Drew in the morning. So,
you really
right.
You didn't wait all this time for that, did you?
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting a long time for that. You guys are great. Hey, by the way, what I was telling the screener was...
The screener? That's Jake. Wait a minute.
I know.
No,
Jake,
it's not a screener. We don't have that big a show. It's just me and Jake. I mean, I'd love to make it sound like I got a call screener, I've got a producer, I've got a camera guy. It's just me and him. So all you have to do is say, I talked to Jake on the phone. Jake answers the phone. He answers the phone. He pushes buttons. He wears his mask in the improper way and gets in trouble in the building. But he's got a very cool hoodie going on, and he's not wearing a hat today.
No, and I love Jake. He's
and he's got and he's got a man bun. He's got a man bun. DrewSteele.com. If you're looking right now, he's got a man bun.
Oh my! Now the reason why I was calling Drew is we're talking about the border, and it's out of control. Obviously, super spreaders. We have Universal in Orlando every day, so I'm tired of that. As far as picking Super Bowl and beachgoers. But there was a time that I heard that people were trying to privately fund the wall, and I know they stopped it after the Trump administration. And Texas was talking. I heard that they were talking about completing the wall on their own, and I'm sure Arizona would like to do the same if they have it. Is there not an opportunity for America to have private citizens put together a fund the wall project that will complete the wall that Donald Trump started?
Yeah, well, who's going to build it? Federal government doesn't want you doing it. No, they don't want you anywhere near it. You'd have to get
the same people that built it would build it. You would just contract them to complete what they were under contract to do.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know, but if I was off the top of my head, common sense would dictate that you'd have to have approval from the feds, and you're not going to get approval.
There were people.
It's not about money, right? But what we know, it's not. You have to understand, it's politics. It's not about the money. It's not about whether it can be funded or not. They stop the building of the wall. That's it. They stop it. They stop it for political reasons. Even if it's going to help us, even if it's going to keep us secure from the people that are on the terrorist watch list that we're finding out are being caught along the border, that this is a real thing. Even if it were to help to secure the border enough that we might be able to put a pause to that and at least make it difficult for them to cross. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's politics. That's what it is. That's how it works.
I understand.
Yeah,
it's a shame. It really is a shame.
It is. No, it's
a sad shame.
It is. It definitely is. All right, Tim. Do you have any other?
Thanks.
Do you want any more drum drum hits? Anything else you want to? Any other jokes?
Drew, I enjoy your show. I was not only COVID struck in 2020. Now I didn't get COVID, but my business was shut down. But I ended up having a stroke, and now I'm a talk show person. I listen to talk show most of the time, and I always make sure to catch you in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoons. And you guys are both fantastic. And I appreciate your effort as a great American. I really do.
I appreciate that. Please do me a favor. Next time when you refer to the call screener, it's Jake.
I will not.
No, I know you will. You have to. Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah. You have no idea how that just deflates him. Like he won't.
No, I don't want that.
He will not answer the phones for the rest of the day. So that's what ends up happening. He gets depressed.
Baby boomer. I mean,
he's just a baby. That's what he does. He's a little baby, and then he doesn't get his. He's like a little baby.
He is like a little baby.
He doesn't get and then we got all these issues. All right, we got to go because we've got Drew's College coming up. All right. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Need you to call right now if you would like. 239-479-5592. Caller number 9 today. We've been getting a lot of calls lately. Caller number 9 will make you the caller, and you'll get to play Drew's College. 4 questions on politics, and it's important because we need civics lessons and political lessons, and we need to teach the kids because they're the future. You got to teach them right and let them lead the way. All right, so 9th caller coming up. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Somewhere is Sabrina Katz. She's over there.
Traffic is backed up from a crash at the intersection of Daniels and Tree Line. It is about 1.5 miles of a creep and crawl trying to get to the interstate. There's also that crash at the intersection of Daniels and Gateway that is still blocking eastbound lanes if you're trying to get into Lehigh. So, main story right now, avoid that Daniels extension. If you're heading between 75 and 82, stick to Colonial Boulevard. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We see a lot of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a breeze as highs reach about 85 degrees for most of Southwest Florida. We keep the warm trend going all the way through the end of the week, and that's when we'll be tracking a cold front bringing the chance for rain and even a few strong storms for your Friday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele visiting with my friend TJ, owner of the Floormeisters in Naples, where if you're talking Cortec, you're talking Floormeisters. And the one thing that I love, TJ, is when we're talking about pricing, you got to be straight up with the pricing, right?
Yep, we buy more Cortec every day so we can sell it to you cheaper. I buy it by the pallet, by the truckload, so you're making sure you always get the lowest price possible. We keep it here in our 15,000 square foot store. Big selection, big, beautiful showroom to make sure your wife gets exactly what you want, Drew.
Yeah, and how about me? You know, I like to get what I want as well. And also, of course, the color selection, right? You got some new ones.
Got 100 colors right now, and we're adding about 10 to 15 from Cortec that just came out for 2021.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floormeisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
You need a fast, reliable network. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business and add advanced security with Comcast Business Security Edge. They have 24/7 support, it's fast internet, and advanced security made simple. Bounce forward with Comcast Business.
Cancel culture. Now they want to ban Dr. Seuss books. Watch Newsmax TV as it exposes cancel culture's dangerous agenda. Tune into Newsmax TV for blockbuster shows with Greg Kelly, Grant Stinchfield, Rob Schmidt, and more. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get it, call your operator. Newsmax is free on smart TVs and Roku, YouTube, Zumo, and Pluto. And download the free Newsmax app on your phone and start watching. Millions already are. So should you.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Announcer is a paid presenter.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Visit the Diamond District this weekend, March 19th, 20th, and 21st, for the biggest diamond sale of the year. The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world. And this weekend, Jason and Todd are offering you 3 years interest-free financing.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, Richard. Richard's in L.A. Beautiful L.A.
How are you doing, Drew?
You know, I'm all right. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question. Starts right now. Who's the vice president of these United States there, Richard?
Kamala Harris.
That is correct, sir. All right, an associate's degree. We'll see if you get a bachelor's on this question. What was she doing before she was vice president?
She was a senator from California.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. Can you name, 2 of the powers of the federal government? What are they?
Powers of the federal government.
Yeah, or you can name one if you want to. How about one? Just name me one under the Constitution. I mean, believe it or not, the federal government has limited powers. They're not omnipotent. They are limited. So can you tell me one?
They run the military.
What's that?
They run the military?
Yeah, create an army. Yeah, there you go. All right. That is correct. Okay, so you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. The governor before the great Governor Ron DeSantis, who was it here in the state of Florida?
Rick Scott.
That is correct, sir. Richard, look at you. You are a man of well, you got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College, Richard. So congratulations to you. That is that's quite a feat.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, and a man of few words, which we like as well. And where are you going, Richard? You sound like you're driving.
Yes, I am on my way to work.
Excellent. Well, we're glad to hear that. All right, Richard, we appreciate your play. What's that?
I'm a first responder.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, we do appreciate. Oh, man, we appreciate you more than you know, my friend. More than you know. All right. Well, God bless. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much for the call, Richard. We appreciate it. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. It's been a few years since I had my LASIK procedure done with Dr. France and his team, but still, every day is absolutely amazing after having worn glasses and contacts every day of my life for so long. Well, since I had my LASIK procedure done, France Eye Care team offers now a whole host of options that are even better and easier for you to get LASIK. One possibility you can look at is called the SMILE procedure. Basically, it has a smaller incision, no flap, and a really low incidence of dry eye syndrome, something actually I never even had. Here's another one, Visian ICL. What this is actually an implantable lens, both reversible and replaceable. So in other words, it can be removed if your vision needs change. Go contact Dr. France and his team today. They changed my life. Let them change yours. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available and affordable.
It's difficult, but it's not new. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the head of Homeland Security is saying about the situation at the border. Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas just put out a statement. We're on pace to have more migrants come to the U.S. than in the past 20 years, adding we've had surges before. And the majority coming here, he wrote, are single adults not allowed into the U.S. Kids who have shown up alone are. And he wrote, most have relatives here and the others are being housed. Mayorkas also took shots at Trump policies, he says, that have made a gutting of the U.S. asylum system and tore down lawful pathways. Republicans see it differently. House GOP Leader Kevin McCarthy was among 13 who went to the border yesterday.
It's worse than a crisis. I thought I would see a crisis, but this is really a human heartbreak.
Blaming Biden policies attracting migrants to surge here. Mississippi is joining Alaska, making everyone 16 and older eligible to get a coronavirus vaccine.
Governor Reeves made the announcement on his social media platforms. He says new appointments will be open to all Mississippians. Governor Reeves said there will be thousands of appointments available over the next 3 weeks.
Fox's Gernal Scott, though a new AP poll has 42% of Republicans saying they probably or definitely will not get a shot. There's more concern around a version of COVID vaccine not yet approved in the U.S. Fox's Simon Owen live in London.
Dave, Sweden has joined France, Germany, and a number of other European countries in suspending the use of AstraZeneca's coronavirus vaccine. This after reports some recipients went on to develop dangerous blood clots. There is no evidence of a link. Britain's Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab says the UK will continue using the shots.
We respect the processes and the procedures that some other countries may need to go through, but the vaccine is safe and people should certainly continue to take it.
The World Health Organization has issued a similar message.
America's listening to Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is backed up from a crash at the intersection of Daniels and Tree Line. It is about a mile and a half of a creep and crawl trying to get to the interstate. There's also that crash at the intersection of Daniels and Gateway that is still blocking eastbound lanes if you're trying to get into Lehigh. So, main story right now, avoid that Daniels extension. If you're heading between 75 and 82, stick to Colonial Boulevard. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees. We have another warm and sticky afternoon on tap, with temperatures reaching the mid-80s across Southwest Florida. Now, the good news is we have a bit of a wind, which will make it feel a little bit nicer. We keep the warmth going all the way through the end of the work week, but late Thursday and into Friday morning, we'll see a cold front roll through Southwest Florida. Right now, rain and a few storms will be possible. Some do have the potential to become strong, and you can trust the Weather Authority to monitor that threat for you very closely over the next few days, as a lot can still change. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
We need to get back to the times when you could agree to disagree and help your neighbors.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Hi, it's Kelly and Joseph Edison from Southwest Florida's own Closet Factory.
How do we build the smartest organization solutions in town?
To start, we get to know you on a personal level, which means we know who and what your solution is for.
Then we make it real through old-fashioned craftsmanship and remarkable building technology.
Thousands of organization transformations that create more time, space, and peace every day.
That's how we build it. Let us help you solve your storage need. ClosetFactory.com.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay it time. Always on time or you don't pay it time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
People say they don't like going to the dentist, but what they mean is they don't like the discomfort. Dr. Alan Rembos at smilesbyrembos.com understands. Dr. Rembos uses computerized anesthetic delivery, resulting in 50% fewer injections. And Dr. Rembos places and restores implants, eliminating delays, additional costs, and no running around. New patients and emergencies usually seen within 24 hours. Cosmetic treatment often completed in 1 to 2 weeks. Read the reviews at smilesbyrembos.com. Offices in Marco, Naples, Sanibel, and Fort Myers.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, what is that beautiful SUV? I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months of $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line streaming live. We are on the website, drewsteele.com. You can go visit there. It's smartphone friendly. It's smart device friendly. It's computer friendly, whether it's a smart computer or a dumb computer. We don't really care. And we're still on Facebook at Drew Steele Radio for those that still want to use it. I know it's just trying to help you out because people are asking. Okay, this story that I'm about to tell you may seem on the surface to be nothing, like it's ridiculous, but it does have deeper meaning and consequences. Because if we're to believe that the military in this country is really the last place that we can go, where we don't get political, where we can't get political, because the minute we start to feel as if the armed forces of the United States become political and we see it happening, we're in trouble. Like, that is a bad place to be. We all realize that, right? That we can't have that. And it's not necessarily the individuals that are in the military. We're talking about the higher-ups. We're talking about the hierarchy. We're talking about leadership. And we're talking about the things that they would do to possibly show politically who they are, when of all the places, we shouldn't see that at all. And it's getting to a very strange place. What do I mean? Well, yesterday something happened on Capitol Hill that speaks to this directly. So it was at CPAC. I guess it was at CPAC where you had, who is it? Oh, gosh, what's her name again? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene, freshman Congresswoman, Republican, Georgia representative, who was at CPAC. And she's a firebrand. And there's no doubt that when she says some things that it certainly stirs people up. Some people may question some of the things that she has said, and that I'm not here to go into that. But I'm here to go into this particularly. So at CPAC, she said, and I want to get this right, because according to Business Insider, this was the quote from Marjorie Taylor Greene, the representative, Republican representative from Georgia. She said, quote, I'm a regular person, and I just wanted to make my regular person normal, everyday American values, which is we love our country. We believe in hard-earned tax dollars should go for Americans, not for what? China, Russia, the Middle East, Guam, whatever, wherever. So somehow people took that, I guess, out of context. And when she was saying that the tax dollars going to China, Russia, the Middle East, Guam, or whatever, wherever, that, wait a minute, how do you put Guam in the same conversation with China, Russia, the Middle East? And I don't know how you put Guam in there and Guam's territorial status to the United States. It's not like it's the same as saying China and Russia. Okay, we got it. So she said it off the cuff. She mentioned Guam, probably not the thing to say. So what happens? Well, never looking to let a crisis or a comment go to waste, here comes the left. We need like some kind of song where they come in, the leftist cavalry. They come in on their horses, and here they come into, it's like, all right, we're here to fill the void with some kind of nonsense. So you have a Democrat Guam representative, Michael F.Q. San Nicolas, and members of the Guam National Guard decide to pay a visit to Republican Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene at the Capitol. And what they did was they decided to put this into a video. Now, I want you to listen to this. So here is video from the Democrat, his official Twitter account of the exchange that was happening. Are you ready? Here we go. It starts this way. Now, it sounds like a movie, right? So it's showing the halls of the Capitol, and it's showing the members of the Guam National Guard making their way down the hallway to her offices. Now the first reaction is, okay, why are you making it sound like a movie and a movie soundtrack, and it's dramatic, and Here they come, the members of the Guam National Guard. It's dramatic. They want to speak to Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. What they were doing was they were making their way to the offices. They get to Greene's office carrying a box of cookies, only to find out that she stepped out. Right? And the Democrat rep has a brief meeting with one of Greene's aides. And listen to the exchange. So it goes like this.
I also have my Guam guardsmen that are out there on the deployment. They want
What he did was he said, hey, just wanted to visit and say hi, and we're passing out cookies to everybody, and I wonder if she's here. And this poor guy that's part of her staff is like, I don't know, she's gone. You want to text us your info, and we'll circle back? Yeah, he used the word circle back.
I'll circle back.
He literally said circle back. So then the Democrat rep is like, well, hold on.
I also have my Guam guardsmen that are out there on the deployment. They wanted to come over and say hello to you.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you guys missed her. She's literally in an interview. She's coming back to the Hill, but we'd love to allow you guys to see her.
Yeah, I think it'll be really great.
Yeah, I think it would be really great because we've got the Guam National Guard outside to pay a visit. So here's what went down, everybody. The Guam National Guard was sent to Capitol Hill along with a representative, a Democrat representative, to get in the face of Marjorie Taylor Greene to embarrass her and insult her because of the comments she made about Guam and, listen, why are tax dollars going there? Well, it's a territory. And so to mock and criticize this congresswoman who many people have been saying things about since she was elected, for better or worse, that's not the point. The point is not what she said. The point is not what she said in the past. The point is that he brought the Guam National Guard to her office to call her out and embarrass her for the comments she made. What's the big deal? The big deal is that this is becoming a thing. Or is it? Since when do congressmen or women stage theater at the Capitol with and using members of the National Guard and the military to make a point to embarrass another congressman or congresswoman? Politically, a Democrat politically took the National Guard from Guam and brought them to Capitol Hill, specifically with the purpose of embarrassing this individual. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? This on the heels of Tucker Carlson, who had some interesting questions and thought-provoking questions about what's going on with the military. Are we prepared in this country to fight a war? What are we doing? And pushing back against the military to say, hey, are we okay? Are we prepared? China's getting ready to eat our lunch, and I'm just asking some questions. And I might have some questions about military readiness. And the Department of Defense issued a press release going after Tucker Carlson, to which someone there, who was it? CSM Ben Lemon, in a Twitter account feed says to Tucker Carlson, because Tucker Carlson was like, we're not a hostile foreign power. We have questions about the military. I'm just asking some questions about our readiness. Some others have done war games and said, hey, we're not ready. There are some issues. And then this individual, the CSM Ben Lemon, says, the DOD didn't attack your show. We absolutely disagree with you. Trust me, you'd know if the DOD attacked you. It's a doctrinal term. Trust me, you'd know it if the DOD attacked you. Again, I'm bringing this up because it's a very important point that we need to address, which is this. If we start feeling and looking and seeing that the military all of a sudden is taking sides politically, when we have Democrat representatives a Guam representative who brings members of the Guam National Guard in a big theatrical moment. And I'm not kidding, theatrical moment, because the music itself, that's the music he used to make the Twitter a video of the Guam National Guard walking down the hallways. It's theatrical. With the sole purpose of calling out and embarrassing, using the military to do this, using the National Guard to do this. We've got a problem. Like, that's wrong on many levels, right? I mean, we all see that. But yet that's the left at play, and that's what they do. And that's what they're continuing to do. And I can't remember a time when we really asked or questioned or thought about the military. And again, I'm not talking about members and people who have been who are in the military right now or want to be in the military. I'm not talking about the men and women who serve. And listen, you know better than anybody how we care and respect and love the members of our military. Do you need to know any more about this program and how we feel about them and respect and love them? Full stop. But I do worry about leadership and people saying things like, trust me, you'd know it if the DOD attacked you, or representatives using them to make a political point. I just think it's a bad place we're going. We just have to watch it. Besides, if he needs to go to anybody, to anybody's office, I can think of one person's office that maybe if you had the members of the Guam National Guard visiting, maybe you might want to visit Hank Johnson in his office. Remember?
My fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that.
Yeah, hey, remember that Hank Johnson, Representative Hank Johnson, worried about Guam capsizing? Hey, maybe you want to go over there and refresh his memory that everybody's okay there. Nothing's tipped over yet. We're okay. We're all good. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. When we come back, top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. Yes, an apology from the New York Times to the state of Florida. How nice is that? We'll talk about that coming up as well. And, oh boy, Don Lemon going after Christians. And I guess he has something to say about what God has said when it comes to same-sex unions and some things that are in the Bible. And listen, y'all need to just kind of, I don't know, twist and turn a little bit because literally what's in the Bible, I'm not really sure. Maybe you might want to check what you've been saying about certain things in the Bible. They don't work in my circle, so yeah, it's a weird piece of audio, and we'll get to that coming up in your thoughts. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. There's Sabrina Katz.
Daniels Parkway is still just packed from that crash at the intersection of Daniels and Tree Line, seeing all 3 lanes slammed trying to get to the interstate. Also, Colonial is now slowing down, so pack your patience if you do have to head out of Lehigh or Gateway to the interstate. Also, another place to pack your patience is if you're heading out of Cape Coral. Both bridges very congested heading into Fort Myers. A slowdown in Fort Myers on Cypress Lake heading west towards McGregor to avoid the Stick to College Parkway. The Trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We see a lot of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a breeze as highs reach about 85 degrees for most of Southwest Florida. We keep the warm trend going all the way through the end of the week, and that's when we'll be tracking a cold front, bringing the chance for rain and even a few strong storms for your Friday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life, starting now. River Hall is where it all starts. A true paradise. River Hall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master-planned communities, where country club living meets the casual, barefoot Florida lifestyle. River Hall's Davis Love III Championship Golf Course is one of the top-rated courses in the Gulf Coast area, and you'll love River Hall's private Oasis pools, bike paths, fitness center, tennis and bocce courts, and more. Live large with homes priced from just the 500s to the 800s from Pulte. The Pulte collection of breezy, open floor plans offers something for every lifestyle, with upscale finishes and features designed for elegant, gracious living. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. River Hall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com. That's liveriverhall.com.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group? Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Is your car a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it? Would you rather be driving a brand new Nissan equipped with all the latest technology and safety features? Hey, Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2012 or newer, yes, a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, we'll give you the original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Bring us that old Chevy, Honda, Toyota, Ford. We don't care where you bought it from. We don't care if you bought it new or used. Go to NaplesNissan.com. Pick out your favorite new Nissan model with Bluetooth, backup camera, and that new car smell. You can have it all today after we pay you what you paid for your trade-in. Don't wait. Get full details at NaplesNissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Checking out some of these stories that are on Twitter that are popping up about Joe Biden continues to fire Trump appointees from independent agencies, clearing out the deck. Man, I wish Donald Trump would have done the same thing as president of the United States, just cleared the decks and just cleared everybody out. Every single person that had anything to do with anything had done the same. Should have done it. Doesn't make a difference what people could have screamed and stomped their feet and everything else. He should have done it. And if he would have done it, man, there would have been a lot less drama behind the scenes. But you know, Joe Biden doing everything's fine, nothing to see here, everything's cool, move along. We get our people in. Oh wait, no, Donald Trump, president of the United States, he wants to clear the decks. He wants to clear. No, oh no. What are you trying to say? No, you can't do that. Should have done it anyway. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35. That's coming up, and I don't know. Yeah, we'll play some of this audio of Don Lemon yesterday and what he said about the Catholic Church and same-sex marriage. Oh, boy. I mean, Don Lemon has the answer, so we should listen. Can't wait.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our newest snowbird protection plan. If you leave Florida each year, we can take care of your roof while you're away. If you leave and later discover you have a roof problem, simply notify us and we can fix it while you're gone. We will send you before and after pictures, and you can pay us by credit card. As always, we offer our free tile roof inspection, and if we find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. We have 2 warehouses filled with the obsolete tiles, and likely we can make a matching replacement to make your roof tile look new and clean. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we thank all of you for supporting our family business for over 30 years. My sons have adopted my old-fashioned ideas: be honest, do a good job, make the customer happy. Our phone number is easy to remember. It's just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number is CCC 132-6213.
Where are you going to be St. Patrick's Day?
We're bringing back good times and great food.
St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, everything's Irish at Mel's Diner with corned beef and cabbage prepared the old-fashioned way. Boiled slowly in a kettle and served with split pea soup, garden fresh veggies and potato. All for only $16.99.
I can tell you, Mel's corned beef and cabbage is the real deal.
Take your St. Patrick's Day celebration outside with outdoor dining at Mel's in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Of course, there's dine-in at all Mel's locations, or get your St. Patrick's Day meal to go. The choice is yours.
You can enjoy your St. Patrick's meal with green beer, just $2.99.
This complete dinner is only $16.99. St. Patrick's Day at all Mel's Diner locations. It's the absolute best corned beef and cabbage you've ever had.
I'll be looking for you St. Patrick's Day at Mel's Diner.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden will be in Chester, Pennsylvania today, selling and celebrating the financial relief and stimulus plan he signed into law last week.
President Biden's going to be going to a small business outside of Philadelphia to drum up excitement for his American Rescue Plan. Vice President Harris also on the road. She's going to start her day in Los Angeles before heading out to Denver later on.
Fox's Mark Meredith. 2 of the president's cabinet secretaries are in Japan for meetings largely about China and North Korea.
Alongside Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Secretary of State Antony Blinken says China presents a host of challenges.
We will push back if necessary when China uses coercion or aggression.
The sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un issued a statement as the American officials arrived, saying the new administration in Washington should avoid causing a stink if it wants to sleep in peace for the next 4 years.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News Traffic.
Daniels Parkway is still just packed from that crash at the intersection of Daniels and Tree Line, seeing all 3 lanes slammed trying to get to the interstate. Also, Colonial is now slowing down, so pack your patience if you do have to head out of Lehigh or Gateway to the interstate. Also, another place to pack your patience is if you're heading out of Cape Coral. Both bridges very congested heading into Fort Myers. A slowdown in Fort Myers on Cypress Lake heading west towards McGregor to avoid the stick to College Parkway. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees. We have another warm and sticky afternoon on tap, with temperatures reaching the mid-80s across Southwest Florida. Now, the good news is we have a bit of a wind, which will make it feel a little bit nicer. We keep the warmth going all the way through the end of the work week, but late Thursday and into Friday morning, we'll see a cold front roll through Southwest Florida. Right now, rain and a few storms will be possible. Some do have the potential to become strong, and you can trust the Weather Authority to monitor that threat for you very closely over the next few days, as a lot can still change. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus. It's on the police.
Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Announcer is a paid presenter.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit MoranWM.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
See why homeowners and contractors choose Rock Solid for the finest countertops. Now with our newly expanded showroom, making your home improvement experience even better.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 JNC Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. You can watch at drewsteele.com, the website. We appreciate you doing that. It is mobile-friendly for your smartphone, smart device, computer, whatever you've got. And yeah, we're at Facebook at Drew Steele Radio if you want to watch there as well. That's fine. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to MoranWM.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's News 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
Another week, another call. NBC News confirming that President Trump called Georgia's chief elections investigator to, quote, find the fraud, saying that official would be, quote, a national hero.
President Trump personally called Georgia's lead elections investigator and demanded that person produce evidence which didn't exist and, quote, find the fraud, adding that if they did so, they would be a, quote, national hero.
The Washington Post reported yesterday that President Trump called a Georgia election investigator and pressured him to, quote, find the fraud.
Hey, why am I playing clips from the fake news legacy media from not too long ago saying that the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, was out there doing some outrageous things? He was making phone calls that you cannot believe, everybody, the phone calls that were going down. Two major outlets had to issue an apology over that. Oh, isn't it interesting? There was an audio recording of the December phone call between then President Donald Trump and a top Georgia elections investigator. We were told that, oh boy, there is some bad things going on. Find the fraud, and you're going to be a hero once you find the fraud. And it turns out that, yeah, that's not what happened at all. And what ended up happening is the Washington Post had to apologize in this correction that you'd have a hard time finding because they already did the damage. It doesn't make a difference. And then CNN, who was saying, hey, Washington Post did this really bad thing, and they had to apologize for this anonymous source that pretty much was making up a big fat lie. And, of course, all the local and state media outlets around the country who were doing rip and read with CNN and the story about how bad that it was at the beginning and how the president said, find the fraud, and how they all ran with it. But now I wonder if there's going to be apologies from them as well. Yeah, not going to happen.
Number 4.
There are lives on the line, and it cannot be tolerated. There needs to be now a full investigation of that, on top of the investigation of the nursing home scandal, the investigation of the sexual harassment and molestation. There needs to be an investigation of what happened with the Tappan Zee Bridge, but now on top of it, there needs to be an investigation of why a senior official in the governor's office clearly tried to link vaccine supply to political support. And I'll tell you something, he better not call me, because I'll tell him what he can do with that.
Oh, I'll tell him what he can do with that. There's a tough Mayor de Blasio of the city of New York who's starting to talk more and more about how awful the governor of the state of Florida, Andrew Cuomo, is. And, man, if he calls me about any of these things that he's been doing wrong and wants to talk about it, I'll tell him what for. It almost sounds like, number one, that he probably wants to be the governor of the state in the future, and, he's picking his side. Then the second part is the really depressing part, which is only 35% of New Yorkers think that he should resign because all of this that's going down, which is not a good sign if you're trying to get the guy out and the people are like, yeah, we kind of like the job that he's doing. That's not very good.
Number 3.
I also have my Guam guardsmen that are out here on the deployment. They wanted to come over and say hello to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm sorry that you guys missed her. She's literally in an interview. She's coming back to the Hill, but we'd love to allow you guys to see her.
Yeah, I think it'll be really great.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good. Nothing to see here. That is Guam Representative Michael F.Q. San Nicolas and members of the Guam National Guard. The Guam National Guard using in uniform the Guam National Guard to show up at the office of Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene because at CPAC, she mentioned that, I'm just an American and I really don't like when my tax dollars get used for all of these different things like China and Russia and Iran or the Middle East and Guam and all of this stuff, whatever. And she said Guam, and oh boy, that was a big mistake. So to make a point, he brought the whole National Guard over, politicizing the National Guard there in Guam to try to make a fool and to make a statement to the representative on camera to be able to show all of this off. Nothing to see here. You should absolutely be concerned about the politicization of the military and using it to go after representatives because you don't like some of the things that they say. Whatever they say, not the purpose. Oh, and by the way, there's a House Ethics Committee there that's continuing a probe of this Guam delegate, Michael F.Q. San Nicolas, under scrutiny for allegations of improper sexual relationship with a staffer, campaign finance violations. But there's a Democrat, so it's fine. There's nothing to see here. Move along.
Number 2.
And when you go up to Monument 3 and you talk to those agents, it's not just people from Mexico or Honduras or El Salvador. They're now finding people from Yemen, Iran, Turkey. People on the terrorist watch list they are catching. And they're rushing it all at once. They're catching 100 to 200 people in that one section. And what they found is it all started midnight, January 20th.
Well, anybody care about that? It's Kevin McCarthy along with members of the GOP congressional group that were there on the border yesterday and found out some very disturbing news, like people on the terrorist watch list crossing the southern border. There's an absolute crisis along the border. Hey, what's the president doing? Is he visiting the border or is he traveling someplace else with Kamala Harris just to make sure he doesn't fall or she can catch him and then say, hey, I'm here. I guess I'll be the president now. Is that how this works? Yeah, he's not going to the border. But we have real issues along the border, everybody.
Number 1.
So why would this television character spend so much time on his show throwing shade at vaccines, feeding the fears of half of Republican men who say they do not plan to take it? This television character likes to say he's just asking questions. So here are some questions. Does this character think it's important to slow the spread of the virus? Just asking. Does this character care if the country reaches herd immunity to return to life and work safely? Hey, it's a question. Does Tucker Carlson really want his viewers to live? Look, this guy bemoans so-called cancel culture more than anyone on earth, but he should look in the mirror because you can't get any more canceled than dead.
Yeah, no, that's not a parody. That's not a joke. That's actually CNN. That's John Berman on CNN. I guess they have a morning show that they do there on CNN that barely anybody watches, but that's besides the point. At a network that does straight-up news and journalism, I can't even say it with a straight face. No, it's all opinion now. Everything across the board is a complete opinion. And there they go, continuing to go after Tucker Carlson. And yeah, he's a character, a television character, who obviously wants to see all of you dead. Yeah, that's where he went.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And that's the story of CNN lately. That's well, not lately, for a long time. It's become like it's a joke, right? CNN has become like a parody account. Like they should be the Babylon Bee kind of thing, where they do like the Babylon Bee had a funny tweet out that said the new M1 tanks now come with baby changing stations. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, that's what CNN does. It's the same type of thing. They're on the same level now. The journalistic integrity is it's CNN, Babylon Bee, same place. That's where they are. And I might even say that at least Babylon Bee has a little bit of a more integrity because they get it and they understand what they're trying to communicate, which is that sometimes the news is crazy and silly and unbelievable, and CNN creates it. And then the sad part about it is that you have news organizations that rip and read from CNN, where they put out the stories, and all the youngsters there in local and state media run and go, oh, this is the story, this is the big one, we're going to run with this one. This is the breaking news, the bombshell.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
And if CNN said it, we're running with it. And then wait, it's what? Okay. Oh, it's not news, yeah, because it came from CNN, and it's a caricature of what it's like a funny parody show. But anyway, speaking of funny parodies, and this wasn't funny or a parody, it's quite serious, I guess. Don the Lemon was on with The View yesterday. Had some interesting things to say. You see, on the heels of the Catholic Church, Pope, reaffirming that the Catholic teaching there on the subject of gay marriage, same-sex unions, yeah, it's not what the Catholic Church is about. Yeah, there's a document that they put out explicitly prohibiting priests from blessing same-sex unions. Now, it doesn't say anything about priests or Catholics or Christians or anybody else not loving on or caring about or treating well those that are in the gay community. That's not what's going on here. It's just the Catholic Church is saying, yeah, listen, biblically speaking, same-sex unions, yeah, we can't put a blessing on that. And oh boy, the White House has got to have a problem with that. Jen Psaki and others, yeah, they disagree with the church's stance. And Joe Biden is a devout Catholic, and everybody knows that the devout Catholics are certainly for abortion and same-sex unions. Same-sex unions are there. It's truth, right?
We choose truth over facts.
Yeah, and that's what you want to. That's what you want to do. So, the Vatican puts that out, and The View has Don Lemon on. and wants to ask him about this. And I wanted to play this as part of the top 5 audio clips, but I kind of want to break this down a little bit because maybe I'm wrong. I could be. But when I hear this conversation happening, kind of want to dissect exactly what was said and kind of put my thoughts out there because there is an overarching theme here. There is a lead to this. And I'll explain that coming up. So here's The View, and it's Meghan McCain having the conversation. Here you go.
Well, Don, to pivot, you got engaged to your fiance Tim in 2019, and this morning, and you guys are so cute.
Well, so you're looking at a picture. You guys are so cute.
We learned that the Vatican has said that the Catholic Church won't bless same-sex unions, quote, since God cannot bless sin. They go on to say that this does not imply a judgment on persons, but I want to know, do you think this sends a damaging message, and how do you feel about that, given that obviously you are now engaged and going to get married?
It's a damaging message that it's just the sin. It's not you. It's the sin. And it doesn't have anything to do with specifically with not caring or loving for you as a person, as a human being. It's about this union that the church considers a sin. And so Don the Lemon has the answers.
Well, I think listen, I respect people's right to believe in whatever they want to believe in their God. But if you believe in something that hurts another person or that does not give someone the same rights or freedoms, not necessarily under the Constitution, because this is under God.
Not necessarily under the Constitution. This is under God. Some might say that the Constitution are God-given rights. That's part of the rights that we all share. And I didn't know that marriage is a right, and we're going to go through this again. But, you can spin it any way you want, because that's what you have to do. You've got to kind of pretzel and pivot and twist your words and others' words, and even biblically the words there to fit you, as opposed to the opposite. Because sometimes the truth is inconvenient for people across the board. It doesn't just go for Don the Lemon. It goes for everybody. You can't kind of twist the words to fit you. That's not how it works.
I think that's wrong. And I think that the Catholic Church and many other churches really need to re-examine themselves and their teachings because...
So they have to re-examine themselves and their teachings because...
That is not what God is about. God is not about hindering people or even judging people.
I mean, if you read I was just having this conversation yesterday when you read the book of Revelations, there's some judgment going on in there. But that's not fair. Let him go. Let's go.
And to put it in the context of race, I find that, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said the most segregated...
Wait. How do we get into race? The context of race. Where are we going here?
Place on earth, time on earth was 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So I think that religion and the pew keeps us from they're barriers from people actually getting to know each other. So I would say to the Pope and the Vatican and all Christians or Catholics or whomever, whatever religion you believe you happen to belong to out there, go out and meet people and try to understand people and do what the Bible and what Jesus actually said if you believe in Jesus, and that is to love your fellow man and judge not lest ye be not judged. So,
well, Don,
wait, did he say judge not lest people be not judged?
Judge not lest ye be not judged. So
I just got to stop. All right, so here's the thing. So Don Lemon is suggesting that instead of listening to the church or teachings or I guess the Bible, what you need to do is you got to stop and you just need to go out and meet people and talk to them and learn more about them. And then, okay. So I have a couple of thoughts on this, and I was debating whether or not to have this conversation and even bring this up, but I'll do it anyway. And if you feel like I'm wrong, you certainly can call or text. But it's just my thoughts on this, and it's pretty simple. And it's the lead, which is this. You can disagree with somebody's lifestyle. You can disagree with the gay lifestyle. You can disagree with... Well, I don't know if you want to look at the Grammys and see some of what you're witnessing culturally speaking and disagree with a lot of different things, but still care and love for someone as a human being. When Don Lemon says you got to go out and meet people, we do. I do. And I look at the person as an individual. I don't look at them as a group, or I don't put them in a bubble. I don't put them in a box. I don't do anything like that. I look at you and I see who you are, and that's what I'm looking at. And I'm trying to understand what he's suggesting. So is he suggesting if we go out and meet people and we see that we like them as if somehow we hate you because you're gay, and that's the initial reaction, which it's not. But somehow if we get to know you, then we'll like you. And then you'll understand that everything biblically doesn't matter, or it doesn't mean anything, or has no meaning, that we just toss that out and let's try to make everything fit in this new world that we live in. Let's culturally make the Bible fit for us and what we enjoy and what we do, as opposed to the opposite. It just seems like an odd place to be. And again, the lead is that you shouldn't go there and make those assumptions that we should be able to, and we do all the time, sit and have dinners and hang out and barbecue. We don't barbecue on 4th of July. I don't want to get too carried away. I mean, I got COVID, we got to be careful of the vid. But that to me was just a weird exchange, because there's so much there to dig into. Of course we love you, and we love each other, as biblically we should. We should be aspiring to be exactly that individual. But we also shouldn't be twisting around words to fit us, to make it comfortable for us. You see what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. I'm just looking at the time, and I hope that... All right, I just wanted to mention that. I just wanted to go there. And maybe I shouldn't have, but it's too late now. I can't take it back. Look at Jake. Jake's like, can't take it back now. Was that okay with you, Jake, or was that too much?
Forgot they can't hear me. Or they can't...
No, they can hear you. They can't see you unless they're watching at drewsteele.com. So you gave me a quiet thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's okay with you?
That's okay with me.
Okay, it's okay with him. It's okay with Jake, then it's okay with me. And there we go. There's the music. So off I go into the ether, as it were. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow. Glenn Beck is next. Brittany Van Voorhees has the remainder of our forecast.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We see a lot of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-80s with a breeze as highs reach about 85 degrees for most of Southwest Florida. We keep the warm trend going all the way through the end of the week, and that's when we'll be tracking a cold front, bringing the chance for rain and even a few strong storms for your Friday morning. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I gotta tell you how awesome. Hey, by the way, before we leave, I'm talking to them. Am I crazy? Did my last monologue make sense to you? Did you? I'm talking to the people that are watching on YouTube, Facebook, the website. I'm just asking. I hope that all made sense to you. I'm not trying to preach. I'm trying to do the opposite, which is to just understand, where he's coming from and where I'm coming from. And yeah, I mean, it seems kind of ridiculous to look at somebody and go, I hate you because you're gay. It's like, I don't even know you. Why would I hate you because of that? That doesn't make any sense. And the fact of the matter is that, ultimately, I'm not trying to preach, but I'm saying you can't take God's word and look at the Bible and say, well, there's something right there. It explicitly talks about marriage, man and a woman, and specifically talks about the sin of doing this, and go, oh, you know what? God understands it's a different age and a different era. It's a different culture, so God understands. So why don't we just throw that all out and just twist it around, and how many sins we all have on a daily basis, and how, I hope that makes sense. That we all are sinners, and that you can't take God's words and twist it into what fits you. That's not how it works. And like the Bible is an inconvenient truth at sometimes, isn't it? Like it's just the truth of the word, and then you look and go, oof, I got a lot to admit to, and I got a lot of sin in my life, and I need to make that known. I hope that made sense. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I went there. All right. So, seems like everybody gets it. I know, it makes me sad because I hate that I have to say that, and I look at Jake gets all upset. And okay. All right, I'll leave it at that. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.